Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. Rick Bowness will return as the head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets for the 2026-2027 season. Here's Bowness on why he decided to come back to Columbus.
I'm very excited, and I want to be thankful to Don and the management and the ownership to give me this opportunity, because I am anxious to come back and finish the job that I came here to do, and that's to get the Columbus Blue Jackets in the playoffs.
Cleveland Guardians rookie Parker Messick came up just short of history, having a no-hit bid broken up in the ninth inning. The Guards would go on to win it 4-2, and the Cincinnati Reds were going for the sweep of the San Francisco Giants, but fell 3-0. The Redlegs will play the Twins tonight with first pitch just after 8 o'clock on the Fan 2. This update is sponsored by Ramos Roofing. Request your free roof or exterior assessment today at RamosRoofingOhio.com. Ramos Roofing, reliable, local, built right. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Breakfast time!
Hello, welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis. Can I take your order?
Just want a little breakfast.
Hey, you want some crabs? Because I got some of them.
Get ready to drive through the intersection of football, food, and fun. Good old Joe! Featuring producer Dylan.
Who are the 5 best rappers of all time?
Special guests.
Are you serious?
And you. Wake up.
For what?
It's time for T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Football Friday to you. What's up? I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning, Tyvis. Go to hell. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing great. You got a big weekend ahead of you.
Big day. 6-day work week for me.
Yeah.
6-dayer.
I know you like that.
I do.
Well, it's tomorrow in the shoe, high noon, Buckeye spring game, Ohio State spring game. We are here, folks. For those of you who've awaited for this long off season to have a break where we actually get some football, I say kind of in jest because it feels like, I don't know, man. Does it feel like it, to me, the season just still feels like it kind of ended? But I know a lot has happened since then. We've been talking about spring practice. Now we actually get to see these guys on the field.
No, the season ended a long time ago.
Does it feel? See, to me, it still feels like we just got out of football. Well, that's part's true. I know you're right. Yeah, it is, and it was too early for us. But either way, this is a little bit of a reprieve from the no Buckeye football offseason. So we've got a lot of discussion about that. We will get into it. Tyvis is calling the game for Big Ten Network.
Yeah, it's a big day. Big day.
And, yesterday we did a little bit of an attempt at play-by-play. We tried to practice this a little bit to see how it might sound. I did a little bit of, play-by-play. You did the color commentary. Mm-hmm. If you missed it, here's what that sounded like.
Second down and 10. Julian Sayin rolls back, looks, fires across. Chris Henry Jr. tiptoes in the sideline. 8-yard completion. That'll move the sticks. No, it won't. It was second and 10, whatever I said. Anyway, that's a good catch there. What do you think, Tyvis Powell?
That's actually really good by you, first of all.
It wasn't. It was terrible. Stop. That was terrible.
Chris Henry Jr. is a guy who's a highly touted guy. You know, he's a guy that 5-star receiver. We're looking to see him make a lot of plays this year. You talk about how deep this wide receiver room is. Ryan Day spoke on it. This is probably the deepest wide receiver room it's been in quite some time. Obviously, you're losing Cardinal Tate on the opposite side, so that other wide receiver spot is open, and Chris Henry Jr. making plays like that is given a reason why he deserves to play in the fall.
All right. So I kind of sprung that on you. We did that. Now, yesterday, Common Man and Timmy, afternoons, I don't know if you've heard of their show. It's on from 3 p.m. Tyvis.
Never heard of
to
it.
6 p.m.
Never heard of it.
Neither have I. However, apparently it's good. Some people like it. Common Man and Timmy, this is what they said about our color commentary.
Everything that they did before and after
sucked.
The trial was fine.
No,
but the actual play-by-play clip and Tyvis's reaction to it, subpar. You're not going to be calling games for Ion, Tyvis. If you sound like that, that is not the Tyvis Powell that I sign up for. I don't know who that was.
You got to sign up for the full Tyvis experience. You can't be like somebody else. That was him trying to be polished and buttoned up.
It's too quiet.
You got to be Tyvis. Let me tell you something about Chris Henry. And then fill in whatever you want to do.
Fill in the cracks and gaps.
Sure.
After that.
Go ahead.
Why does Mike, whenever he tries to do you, try to sound like Axl Rose? Just like,
Yeah, give it to me. Welcome to the jungle. Yeah.
like what is that? What is that voice that he does for you?
It's always the laugh that makes me laugh every time. I do not sound like that.
Well, I think we should do another attempt. to make it, because clearly we didn't do very well there.
Well, what people got to realize is the spring game is different than a regular game. Like, it's very conversational. It's not a lot of analytical. Like it's not me just breaking down plays like that. Unless it's a very big play like that, obviously I'm going to break it down. But the whole thing is very conversational.
To your point, and I've talked with Paul Keels about this, how I can't imagine kind of the difficulty of the task when you're calling this game. If you're Paul Keels, the voice of the Buckeyes, let's say there's an 80-yard bomb. Julian Sayin connects, right, with Brock Boyd down the field, boom, big catch, right? He's then also calling it for the team that is Ohio State's defense. And while he's like, wow, big pass there, you don't want to be like, man, he smoked that DB. Yeah. And it's just like, that's an Ohio State defensive back. So you have to, like, you're calling an Ohio State touchdown on offense, and you're calling the Ohio State defense giving up a big touchdown. Yeah. So you have to measure your reaction to that. And he's like, and he's told me before, he's like, yeah, it's not as easy as people think to do the spring game.
Well, you got
to
try to be fair to both sides.
Well, you don't want
to crap on one side to praise the other side.
Exactly right.
I mean but that's what the color's for.
Do we want to attempt again to call a play? Like, do you want to give it another shot though? Because Common Man and Timmy thought we sucked. You want to try to do it better this time?
Well, it's hard to call it without seeing it.
Why? I mean, they rightfully so. I got the down and distance. I said 2nd and 10 and an 8-yard pass, move the sticks. Fine. I even acknowledged in the moment that didn't make sense. But all right, let's try again. All right. 2nd down and 3. A pitch to favor Aki. He goes wide, stretches out to the right side. Edric Houston chases him out of bounds for no gain. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3. And oh my goodness, on the sidelines, a skinny-necked geek with stupid glasses. Guy looks like Rachel Maddow. Just got crushed by Edric Houston. Ooh, guts and blood are everywhere. This is disgusting. We're going to have to take an injury. Tyvis, do you know anybody on the OSU sidelines? It looks like it says on the badge there, splattered in blood. Timmy Hall. Do you know who that guy is? You ever heard of?
Never heard of him in my life. I mean, I think he's one of those local reporter guys that, tries to crack jokes, and I think he's riding the coattail of Common Man a lot.
I've heard that. I've heard coattails are bad to ride. That's what I've heard. I've also heard it's bad to wear a Chicago Blackhawks jersey to a Columbus Blue Jackets event. I don't know what that has to do with it. We'll be back to the board in a second as they scrape him off the field.
Send him back to Kansas.
I got one for your ass today, Timmy Hall. I got one for you. I'm just kidding. That's good. That won't happen tomorrow. Timmy doesn't have sideline access, so you don't have to worry about that. He'll be fine. He'll be way up there in the press box. Anyway, you can...
Poor Timmy.
Don't poor Timmy. Oh, we got Timmy. They were mad at us yesterday because of
what?
Because of him. Because of Dylan. Well, just in general, I think, because of Dylan. Dylan yesterday also had a take in our the list segment at 7:00.
Oh, don't tell me about the Indiana Jones thing.
Got them all hot and bothered.
That was the point.
Got them all hot and bothered.
Timmy's eyes got really big. He looked directly into the YouTube cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew.
Did you say
this was going to happen? He was sitting up in his chair, getting all anxious.
Yeah, that's you know what, that's fine. It's fine. Those guys, I know they have their movies, and I even thought about
their movies suck. What's the problem?
Yeah, that's right. They do suck.
Their movie choices stink.
Yes, because they're, you know why? Because they're old men. That's why.
That's really what it is.
Old men stuck in younger people's bodies, but they are truly both of them 80-year-olds.
They probably love Will Ferrell movies.
I actually, you know what? I do know this. Common Man hates Will Ferrell. So he actually agrees with you.
What about Timmy?
He hates Elf. I know he hates Elf. Like he thinks that's the worst movie of all time.
Maybe Ted should have played my Will Ferrell take.
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing.
It's fine.
Ted stirs it up a little bit, too. Ted knows what he's doing. He's like, oh, man, I can play the one they get behind, but why don't I play the one they all hate? F them. I love that about Ted. That's why we work together because there would be times where Mike and I both would be like, should we do that? And Ted's like, I'll play it. I don't care. Rat's ass. And then play the thing. And we're like, oh, hey, how did that happen? What do you know? That's why Ted's an awesome producer. That's why he's great. That's why he's better than you, Dylan. You suck.
Whoa. Why am I catching strays on this show, too?
It's not a stray. It's direct. I'm getting fired right at you. I'm just kidding. Dylan is awesome, and we have had a good time working with him over the last God, it's only been 11 months. Shoot, I almost swore. I thought it was like 3 years that we've been working with him. That's time flies when you are miserable as hell. So spring game, Tyvis. You ready to call this thing? You ready to do this thing?
I think I am. I think I'm ready to roll.
That's the energy level I was hoping for on that.
I think I'm ready to roll.
Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. We'll find out
Tune in tomorrow and see.
It's like that Italian soccer coach. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe bleep. Like that's what it was.
I feel like I'm gonna start off like slow. Then,
There's no way.
And then as it goes,
you have energy.
Like it picks up.
You have energy. Bring the energy.
It just picks up.
How's your rapport with your play-by-play guy?
I talked to him on the phone yesterday for a good 10 minutes. It's actually great.
There you go.
It's actually great. Well ready, prepared guy. Like I said, boy, when he answered the phone, the first thing I said was, I see why you got this job. You got the voice for this.
That is a key part of it, right? You got to be good with the voice. You also have to apparently know that like 2nd and 10, 8-yard gain does not move the sticks like me. So that's why I don't do that stuff. That's why they keep me away from it.
Because you don't have a visual in front of you. You can clearly see
I don't.
that he got the first down if
exactly
you had a visual, but
exactly right. All right. So let's get into the spring game a little bit. What are we looking for tomorrow? There's a lot to unpack from that. We will talk about what we want to see out of it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
The road's still looking nice and clear out there for your Friday, too. That is some great news. Nice and green on our time saver traffic map. Pretty smooth, I should say, when it comes to drive times, especially in that northbound direction. This is between 670 to 270. From 71 northbound, that's about an 8-minute commute. Only 9 minutes, though, if you're taking 315. So both options, not too bad. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Hey there, friends. High Bank isn't just award-winning whiskey. They also make the best vodka in America. With 3 Central Ohio locations serving scratch-made food and craft cocktails, High Bank is perfect for date night, game day, or drinks with friends. Learn more at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
Working your way through that home projects list, that means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your air conditioner or furnace. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain issues? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing problems? Call the Waterworks. HVAC breakdowns? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
It worked once, so we're doing it again. Sign up now for the Fan 5K, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center. We're back at Otterbein on Saturday, June 20th. Walk a mile with the Common Man, jog a 5K with T-Bone, or try to beat Tyvis in a 40-yard dash. Tyvis won't stretch, so there's a chance he pulls something. The fun starts at 8 a.m. Saturday, June 20th. Register today and earn a sweet medal, race T-shirt, and a photo op at the finish line. Sign up at 971therace.com. Prepare your tightest running clothes, and we'll see you at the Fan 5K on June 20th.
Aviators football returns Friday, April 17th, 8 p.m. kickoff. The first 5,000 fans through the gates take home a free team flag. Grab your tickets now at uflaviators.com. United we fly.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor and call a groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Sometimes, tough times are a test, a chance to prove ourselves. Colleen O'Donnell proved her grit in Laredo, Texas, when she served as an immigration judge and faced the worst of the worst. Human smugglers, gang members, dangerous people. Colleen ordered them to be deported, never granted asylum once, and enforced the law to the letter. Now, Ohio needs tough leadership on the bench, so Colleen O'Donnell's running for Ohio Supreme Court as a constitutional conservative with 10 years of prior judicial experience. Ohio Right to Life PAC endorses Colleen for her devotion to our conservative values. America's toughest immigration sheriff, Richard Jones, endorses Colleen O'Donnell for her dedication to public safety. And the Ohio leaders we trust support Colleen O'Donnell for her unwavering loyalty to the rule of law and the Ohio State Constitution. The grit to lead, the experience to succeed. Colleen O'Donnell for Ohio Supreme Court.
Paid for by O'Donnell for Ohio.
Common Man and Timmy.
I got no business going to a rainforest. What are we going to do, naked and afraid there? Something's going to crawl up your noose?
I can hear you say a noose all day.
Common Man and Timmy, Afternoons on the Fan. It's sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We have a great-looking Friday ahead of us. Lots of sunshine this morning, and some high thin clouds steadily working during the afternoon. It'll be warm with highs in the lower 80s. Less windy, though, than what it has been. Clouds increase overnight, lower 60s. For Saturday, occasional showers and a few thunderstorms out there. It'll be wet from time to time, so be ready for that. Otherwise, cloudy skies and breezy once again with highs in the mid-70s. A couple of those storms tomorrow early afternoon could be strong. For the Fan, I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Justin Gertz.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
By the way, we didn't even get into the big news of the day yesterday, which was that Rick Bowness officially back with the Blue Jackets. We will talk more about that coming up at 6:30 because we both have thoughts on that. Although I will tell you, there was a clip that got posted yesterday from the Fan account, 971 The Fan on Twitter. Go follow it.
Mm-hmm.
And on that account, it was the video of us talking to Don Waddell, your president of Hockey Ops, GM of the Jackets. We talked to him Wednesday morning at 8:30. And on that interview, you asked him about it. I asked him about it. We both, kind of pushed him on, hey, do you want Bones back or not? And he said, yeah, we got to talk about it and figure out a way to keep this guy around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that got posted yesterday. And so I had a few people being like, because, we posted about it and said this was a nice clip. He was very honest with us. And I had a couple people like, oh, yeah, seems like he lied to you because he told you in the morning that he wasn't going to do, he wasn't sure and they hadn't talked. And by 11, they have a contract deal. Sounds like he lied to you.
It's 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's fine. We talked to him. He literally said in that interview, we're going to talk to Rick today, and then hopefully we'll figure out a way to keep this going. So that was the timeline match. For those of you who are like Zapruder filming our thing and trying to figure out what happened, well, that's what happened. We talked to Rick, or we talked to Bones, rather, on Wednesday.
Yesterday.
Why am I saying no?
What was
sorry.
that vocabulary term you just used?
Zapruder film. It's the.
Can you give me the definition?
You ever seen? You ever heard of a guy named JFK, president?
Yeah.
When he sadly was assassinated, there was
allegedly.
There was
film
alleged called the Zapruder film that got out there. That was like. It was like some person taking footage, I believe, just like a random person standing there. But that footage has been studied of like, if you really want to look at it, I believe it has like the actual headshot in there. And it's not great. Zapruder film.
Okay. I was gonna try to use that in normal conversation, but never mind.
Well, it's crazy because this. Like, if you're an older person, like, you live to see like that. Like,
are you saying that about me?
No, but I'm saying, did you see? Was you
born in 1982? He was assassinated in the 60s.
When you're an old man
You're not
to.
listening to me. If you're an older person, like, think about it. Like somebody that was born in like the 50s and 40s, like. Because this was live TV when this happened, right?
I don't know. I don't know that it was.
There was whatever Bones said.
It was. There was a person filming it, but they were just filming it for themselves. His name was Abraham Zapruder, and he had like a home movie camera. He was just filming it because it's like the president was driving through Dallas where he lived. Or I don't know if he lived there, but he was there attending it. And apparently that is the film that people have watched and said, oh, this shows, back into the left or what. There's all the conspiracy theories you're talking about, Dylan. Some of that comes from people who've analyzed this film and are like, what does this mean? What happened? Anyway. But yeah, so if you want to break down how apparently Don Waddell lied to us on Wednesday, he didn't. He was very upfront. And yesterday, Bones did kind of hedge, right? We asked him, hey, Don Waddell wants you back. Do you want to come back? And he's like, I'm going to stick with my previous statements because he's like, there's going to be an announcement here coming up at 2. So I'm sure that's why he couldn't. I get it.
I still can go.
The team wanted to have the announcement when they wanted to have it.
I can still go to Florida and get on this boat.
Yeah, you can.
He didn't invite you.
Yeah.
Well, you invited yourself, and then he said, yeah.
He said you're welcome anytime. Just kind of like, please, God, don't let him actually show up because I don't know what we're going to do there. But yeah. All right, so OSU spring game tomorrow. High noon in the shoe. Coverage starts here at 10 a.m. We'll have a modified pregame show, and then obviously Paul and Jim will be calling it for you right here on our airwaves. The fan poll today, did we put that up yet, Dylan?
It's not yet up.
Okay.
We can put it up right now, though.
Let's put it up because the fan poll today is going to be as follows. What are you more interested in what are you more interested to see in the spring game? Some version of that. The options are the freshmen or the transfers. You got...
It's going to be the transfers.
What do you have, 51 new players between freshmen and transfers on this roster? Not all of them are going to play tomorrow, obviously. Some of them are hurt, but that's I think, a big storyline to watch for me is there's so many new players and new faces on this roster. And I think I'm intrigued to watch both of them. But I think if it's for me, I'm kind of intrigued to watch some of these transfer players, see what they can actually do. This is not their first go around playing major college football. They should be able to run out there in the shoe and not be intimidated. I'd like to see what they can do.
I think there's only like 2 freshmen that people are excited to see, and that's both out of the receiver room, Brock Boyd, Chris Henry Jr., because that's who you heard the most about. But I think more people are excited to see the transfers because they know those guys are coming in to play immediately. Those are the guys that you're going to see on Saturday. So for the first chance to see them in the shoe, in a game atmosphere, I think people want to see what they got because people nowadays know, like, these guys are going for a lot of money. I want to see where the money's being spent.
Yeah, right.
See what the money look like out there. So I think a lot of people are going to be looking at them transfers.
Yeah, I think so too. It's going to be, I don't know. There's so many storylines to this season. Obviously, if we were looking at position areas, I think one of the biggest position battles you can kind of keep an eye on is what's going to happen there on the offensive line with my guy, Ian Moore, who is going to get a ton of looks, right, because of injuries.
Yeah.
This is a guy who last year started, was it one game, I want to say? He started for the Buckeyes, but he rotated quite a bit.
He's played right. He started right tackle because I think Phillip Daniels got hurt for a game, and then in the Miami game, second half, Austin Saraville got hurt, so he played left tackle, and everything was great.
Yeah. And Austin Saraville still dealing with an injury.
Yep, he's been
Phillip Daniels still is now dealing with an injury. So they're both not playing, right? I believe in this game. So he's going to have opportunities to play.
Tackle.
Yeah. So you get to see what perhaps the future is now on the offensive line with him. So that'll be another storyline to keep an eye on. It does stink about, we're talking about the freshman, that Legend Bay is not going to play. Just because I know the amount of conversation, you were talking about how 2 of the freshmen people want to see are both in the wide receiver room. It's like Legend Bay was the guy that if he got back to the way they're talking about him.
Yeah. I mean, he came in and he's wearing number 2 off the rip. So, I mean, that right there tells you something. And then just the one practice that I've been over there to see, they were just everybody from the coaching staff to Maurice, Claret, everybody was over there. Like, I'm telling you right now, this dude is really good. And they like, you know how you say people are fast? Like, no, he's like really, you can tell right away that he's fast. So like, I wanted to see people have people have an opportunity to watch that, but unfortunately, he's probably not going to play.
Ryan Day has compared him to Curtis Samuel and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
right. I mean, that's
2 okay football players.
That's a bit of high praise. Yeah. So I think tomorrow's going to be, as much as I want to see Legend Bay out there, he's not going to be. Most of the running backs are not going to be out there, right? Who are the guys that are probably likely to play? Like we said, Favor Akey is one of the guys.
Kobe Jackson, Favor Akey, Stanley Jackson Jr.
And Stanley Jackson Jr., is he related to the Stanley Jackson that played here at Ohio State? I don't even see. I should know this stuff. I don't even.
I mean, you would think, right?
I don't know. I don't know anything about. I literally know nothing about. It's a common name, though. It's a common name.
There's no way he's not.
He's from Westerville, Ohio. So yes, he's also a junior.
Apparently, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I've not been paying attention at all.
I just said, like, I know it's a common name, but I'm pretty sure that
he joined as an invited walk-on. So there you go. All right. He's majoring in communications. I'm reading his bio right now. Joe Germain Jr. is also battling with him to see who will get the starting running back nod in this game. That's for all the old people. Enjoy that. All right, so yeah, all the coverage starts tomorrow at 10. We will have the game at noon. Tyvis is on Big Ten Network, so you can listen to Paul Keels, ignore Tyvis, but see the visual of it. Mute Tyvis, listen to Paul Keels.
A lot of people do that. Well, not mute me, but not mute me, but mute the game. They mute the game.
Now, I'm conflicted because I love Paul and Jim, and I want you to listen to our station, but also you're on TV. You're my co-host. You're my friend. I want you to do well, and I want to hear what you have to say. I'm going to have to DVR the radio, I guess. I don't know how to do this. This is going to be, I'll DVR you because I have.
You could DVR, yeah.
Dylan, we got to roll on him. We got to cut it up. Anytime we get any type of, he has a lot of things that he says that are funny.
Having sex.
We got to keep some of those ready to go.
I'm going to open up my Hulu app right now and set to record the spring game.
You two are sick.
Okay. Good. That's what we need. By the way, I've been meaning to ask you guys about this. Have either of you watched? I know you both are J. Cole fans, right?
Jermaine.
Cole World.
Okay, sure. Did you know about his basketball aspirations?
Oh yeah.
Did you know he went and played in the CBA?
Did I send that
the Chinese, not the Continental Basketball Association that Isaiah Thomas ran into the ground, but the China Basketball Association, the one in China. Did you know he tried to play in that league?
I watched it. Yeah, I watched the highlights of it.
And what'd you think?
He did make a shot. Oof. It was bad.
He's an old man and not an actual basketball player. Let him live.
Well, yeah, but why even go over there and try?
Because I think he said I think he did it a year or two ago and said that he promised that he would come back and play again, and they wanted him back.
You know, he should have broke that promise because that was
he didn't make a shot.
No, he did, but he did. It's not even he didn't make a shot. It's that he didn't look like he belonged out there at all. Like he couldn't even hardly dribble with the guys that were up on him because they're just faster, stronger. They're more athletic than him. He's 41 as I just looked up here. So yeah, that's apparently he also had a visa issue. So he did the one game and then that was it.
Yeah.
This happened about 20 years ago, but Bones, during the break, you should Google his dunk in the Celebrity All-Star game.
I didn't know he did that.
It is pretty nice.
He would have been 21 then.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense. What's the height on a J. Cole? Do we know how tall he is?
6'3", right?
He's taller. Okay. Yeah, I would say 6'3", 6'4".
I didn't know if he was like a Muggsy Bogues type who just had massive leaping ability, or if he's still 6'3" and dunking. You have to be a good athlete. All right, I'll go check that out in the break. Also coming back, 2 minutes away. Bones is back. We'll talk about what it means for the Blue Jackets next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
The road's still looking nice and clear out there for your Friday, too. That is some great news. Nice and green on our Time Saver traffic map. Pretty smooth, I should say, when it comes to drive times, especially in that northbound direction. This is between 670 to 270. From 71 northbound, that's about an 8-minute commute. Only 9 minutes, though, if you're taking 315, so both options, not too bad. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Bo Bishop here. Ready to hit the road and make some memories? Then get to RCD RV, Central Ohio's go-to destination for the best deals, unbeatable service, and adventure-ready RVs. Start your journey today at any of their 3 Central Ohio locations or visit online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2026 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to partner with 10 TV and The Fan to relaunch Raise the Roof, honoring local heroes going above and beyond. We are calling on you to help us recognize the volunteers, educators, first responders, and everyday difference makers who are making a meaningful impact in your community to be recognized on 10 TV and The Fan. Send in your nominations and stories to 10tv.com/raisetheroof. 10tv.com/raisetheroof. Nominate a local hero today and help us raise the roof for those who make a difference.
Common Man here for Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Oh, Mikey, did you know something new is coming and it's right around the corner?
What is it?
Now you can stay while you play. It's the all-new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel. It's coming June 12th, and we want you to celebrate with us as we open the doors with a can't-miss concert and festival.
And here's something for you this month. It's the Win Your Way drawings on select Wednesdays and Saturdays. You can score $100,000. Plus, coming in May, it's the Hollywood Tribute Concert Series.
Ooh, must be 21 to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. T-Bone would like to take a second to remind everyone that Eddie George is awesome and that Ronnie James Dio was an American treasure. And that pickles are gross. Thank you. Here's T-Bone and Tyvis.
There's ways. I've been around long enough to know I'll find ways. I've got enough experience. We can deal with this. I've dealt with it before. If we're back, we'll straighten it out.
That is Rick Bowness in his legendary rant that went viral, saying that if he's back, he will figure out a way to fix the culture issues here with your Columbus Blue Jackets. Did not like the way the season ended. He didn't like it. No one did. But now it appears he is back. He is ready to go. Rick Bowness yesterday, Don Waddell, they had a press conference. They talked about the fact that he's back in the fold for another year. And Rick Bowness was asked about how he plans to change that culture here with Columbus.
Now when I go after them in October and November, I can tell them, you can't do this in March and April like we talked about last year because we're going through this tough spell. And I'm trying to tell them, you can't do this, and you're not going to get away with it in the playoffs. Well, now I have a reference point to them, and I can go to them in October, and I can go to them in November. See, that's the stuff that hurts us in March and April, that you will not get away with then, and you will not get away with when we're in the playoffs. So that helps. So that seed has been planted.
How do we feel about those comments from Rick Bowness? I mean, the fact he gets a whole year now, off season, helps craft what they're going to do with restricted free agents, unrestricted free agents.
It seems like Charlie Coyle's going to come back. He was very passionate when I brought up Charlie Coyle.
Oh, yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. He's a big fan.
No, I think that this is good because it's, like I said, it's about the mindset. It's about training the mindset. And I think that's the one thing it's going to be hard to do, because some people are content with life. Like, yeah, they want to be better and all that. But at the end of the day, they're playing a sport that they love. They're getting a check for it and all those things. So at the end of the day, it's not like the world ends. And he's got to find a way to make them realize, like, if you don't make the postseason, then yes, the world is over. And they got to get that type of disgust and desire and passion in their hearts, and that's going to take a while. It is, I think. But the good thing is that they know Bones. They've seen the good with Bones. They've seen how successful they could be if they buy into everything that he's selling. And I think that now that he's there for the beginning of the off season and training camp and all of those things, I think that's when it does matter. That's when you can make the difference, because maybe you can start the season off a little bit hotter than what it's been in prior years. When he was here, they was playing catch up, and obviously, it took them what was they on, like a 10-game streak or something before the Olympic break? What was they
something
won
to that
something
effect.
Crazy, and they
were the hottest team in the NHL.
Spots or something like that. So like maybe they don't have to do that. Maybe they start off a little bit better, and if they do hit their hot streak, like maybe they can create a little bit more separation just in case it's a collapse at the end.
Yeah, consistency. And
yes.
I don't blame anybody with the Blue Jackets for looking at the fact that when Bones came in, he got a lot out of this team. I saw Greg Wyshynski, who covers the NHL for, I believe, now it's ESPN. I think he at one point was with Yahoo, but now with ESPN. Greg Wyshynski said this about Rick Bowness. Bones with a masterclass in public relations this week. First coach I can remember whose team pissed away a playoff spot, winning just 2 of their last 11 games. And not only is he not culpable for that, but he gets a new contract at the end of it. Bravo.
Who said that?
Yeah.
Who was the one that
This
said
is
that?
Greg Wyshynski. He covers the NHL for ESPN. And listen, man, you know what? If you were just looking at it outside in, this is why sometimes we have guys on from, guys and gals who cover sports from a national perspective. Sometimes we like to get the outside perspective, right? Because they are more aware of what's going on with, let's say, the Washington Capitals or the LA Kings or the Dallas Stars than Tyvis and I are going to be, than most of us here are going to be. Because quite honestly, I don't care about those teams. I care about my team. So I don't mind talking to a national guy about that. But what you have to remember is This is the level of insight that the national writers have often when it comes to every team they know. They know a little bit about those teams. They're more informed generally than the average public. But when it comes to the specifics of how the team is operating, this is a prime example of how the national experts are not the people to ask about your local team 9 times out of 10, because you probably know more than them. For Greg Wyshynski to say, wow, Bones pissed away the thing, and how did he get the job back? It's like, if you think that a guy who went 21, 11, and 5 or whatever he was since he's been in Columbus, if you think that guy's the problem, yeah, he didn't get the most out of this team in the last, 3 weeks of the season. Yes, they lost a second place in the Metro spot. But if you think that falls on him, given the fact that last year, similar guys in those spots in leadership on this roster, they did the same damn thing with a completely different coach and a completely different situation, and they crapped away that too. That would seem to indicate that maybe it's not a Rick Bowness problem. It's a bigger issue than that. And I don't think the Jackets are wrong for saying, let's take a whole offseason with Bones and Don Waddell teamed up together, seeing eye to eye on this, and let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can find out as far as, really changing the guts of this roster. I don't think they're going to be massive changes, but I do think they are going to work on figuring out exactly how all these pieces fit together. And it might be exchanging out some pieces as well.
Yeah, you got to make sure that your best players are your hardest workers, and it's so many guys with the Jackets that have the talent to be really good in this league, but you don't see it consistently enough. And I think that's the problem right there. You're like, think about it. For a franchise, you're counting on these guys to take the next step and be the guys to lead us to a lot of wins. And when you go to practice, you don't see it so much that you decide to bench them and not even play them. Like, but they're supposed to be one of the best guys on the team. Like, that can't be. Like,
right.
That to me is like a coaching problem. You think about, compared to Ohio State, your best player is your hard worker. JJ is the best player in the league or in college football, but he's also the hardest worker over at the Woody.
Yeah.
Like, the same thing with Marvin Harrison and so on and so forth. Like, so to me, that has to happen. The guys that's got the most potential have to learn to be better at work ethic. They got to put it in. And I'm not saying that they not, but obviously there's something going on there that a coach doesn't trust you enough to scratch you. Healthy scratch.
Yeah, right. Well, that's where, like you've talked about before, I think there are a lot of guys over there who believe that they want to win. They just want to learn how. And what I think that's what a lot of those guys said after Rick Bowness made his comments. Then a lot of these players did their exit interviews and they said, we all want to win. We just need to learn how. Zach Werenski was saying that. And I get it. But Zach, you won at the Olympics. You know how to win. But you were with other guys who not just know how to win, hate to lose. And I'm sure Zach Werenski hates to lose. But when you're not on a team full of guys who are maybe at that caliber, how do those guys get to that level? How do you help them get to that level? And maybe Zach doesn't quite know that yet. That's where I think Bowness being here for another year or two or whatever he's here for can help in that growth. And I hope Charlie Coyle's back. Guys like him, I think, are absolutely going to be vital to trying to get some more out of this roster.
I just think it's interesting that you could be an Olympian, win a gold medal, play with amongst the best in the country, and you don't take some of the stuff that you learned or seen them do and bring it back and, hey, I seen such and such do this. This worked for him. You should try it.
I didn't like the comment. I didn't like we got to learn how to win. It's like, but like you've said, Tyvis, hating to lose so much inevitably is how you learn to, you find a way to not lose. You do whatever it takes. You scratch, you claw, you fight, you do all this extra stuff in the offseason. And I'm not saying the Jackets don't attempt to do that. They just have missed the mark. So now we'll see what an offseason of Rick Bowness being here. And I do hope there are changes. I don't think they're trading away 10 guys and bringing in like a whole new roster. I think some of the key pieces may move on. Some of the veterans may move on. I think they've got big decisions to make.
Well, you guys are a little more experienced, you and Dylan, because y'all say y'all seen this before. It's just the same thing.
Circle of life as a Blue Jackets.
So how does it go? How does the offseason look? They say they're going to do all these things and then make minimum changes.
What happened last year, Tyvis?
And then, boom, it's around the same team and same results. Is that what you say is going to happen?
They made some good look. Charlie Coyle was a good. I think Charlie Coyle was a good addition last year.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
Do you think Charlie Coyle was enough last year?
No.
Do they think the Jackets would acknowledge? Do you think Don Waddell would acknowledge that's not all that they needed last year? No, they need to get better. They need to go out, and if you have to trade some pieces away to do that, all right. I don't want to kick the can down the road for 8 more years of well, you just wait till our goalie gets here from, Russia 4 years from now.
Well,
it's
everybody in the
cool,
chat.
man. I don't want to just do prospects will eventually save us. I want to trade some prospects away and get some dudes right now.
Right. Well, you sound like the Guardians. This is one of those situations where everybody keeps saying, there's only 2 people. They say, you keep Zach, Fantilli, and, everybody else is whatever.
I don't agree with all that.
No, I think I think you have to be strategic. I think Don Waddell and Rick Bowness have to look at this situation strategically and say, if we moved these 3 guys and could get one of these guys in free agent market, wherever, trade market, that would fix a lot of holes. That's what I have to see. But again, they get an offseason to figure that out. I'm glad Rick Bowness is back. The Cavs start their playoff run. If you've ignored the NBA all year, we're going to get you ready for the postseason next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, good Friday morning to you. No incidents, crashes, or slowdowns still to report out there right now. Traffic nice and smooth, actually, on the north side, 71 in both directions at Gemini Place. That's not looking too bad. On the north side, or really the northwest side by Dublin and Hilliard, looking great in both directions on 270. You're basically flying out there. And for our friends that are heading towards 315, between 270 and Bethel Road, that's only a 3-minute commute so far. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Matty Ice here. April showers bring May flowers and incredible savings at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Spring into a brand new 26 Chevy Silverado 1500 and save up to $13,000 off MSRP. Plus, you can get rates as low as 1.9% with approved credit. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details. We're talking serious power, serious capability, and a seriously low price. You can find them just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks, and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
For decades, Morgan & Morgan has represented hundreds of thousands of people at their hour of need. Injuries on the job, car crashes, medical malpractice, and nursing home abuse, Social Security claims, dangerous drugs, and dangerous products. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason, and no firm is even close. Then we got to thinking, what if we could prevent these terrible events before they occurred? So we built the AI-powered People Protector. Simply visit peopleprotector.com and type in the product you have questions about before you buy it. Children's toys and accessories, cars, drugs, products, you name it, we got it. With our success, we decided to pay it forward for all of America. Our way of saying thank you for your trust all these years. Morgan & Morgan, protecting America. And if you've already been injured, just visit us at forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey, it's Anthony. By now you know my good feet story, but the point I try to get across is that it's an ongoing one for me. For as long as I can remember, it's always been about my lower back. But when I got fitted for my personal arch supports, it's been an absolute game changer. I feel better. They take all the stress off my back. I feel supported and aligned, and you don't hear me complain about it the way I used to. I could feel the difference instantly, and I didn't have to wait to feel that difference. Once I got fitted, popped them in my shoes, took the test walk around the store, and now on a daily basis, everything feels better. And that's what I mean about an ongoing story. This journey to feeling more comfortable makes everything better. You can make an appointment online or just stop into the Good Feet store in Grove City or the one on Polaris Parkway in Westerville, and their experts will personally fit you. Then do what I did. Take a test walk around, and you will feel the difference. Do your feet a favor. Get started at goodfeet.com.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Call the
folks at Buckeye, night or day.
The heat is on its way, and my AC's not brand new. How can I make sure it cools like it's supposed to?
I recommend a tune-up to you and every caller. Experience true comfort for $53.
Get an AC tune-up for $53.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Columbus, get a new Ford with special financing for everyone at Capital Ford of Columbus. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP on remaining 2025 Ford Escapes in stock. We have options for all. Deals end April 30th. Visit CapitalFordofColumbus.com now.
Last year, Eric Reeser and T-Bone staged the first annual Fan 5K. People had a good time and no one died. So we decided to do it all again. It all goes down Saturday, June 20th in Otterbein.
Presented by the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center.
Will Reeser's muscular calves explode? Will T-Bone's beard choke him while running? More importantly, will Tyvis, Common Man, and Timmy make total fools of themselves? Maybe. Magic 8 Ball says signs point to yes. Register today at 971therace.com. The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and 32-ounce Yuengling drafts for only $4. Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
I made it back in time.
You did make it back in time from your big TV gig. Out of curiosity, Tyvis, should we blame our boss? Should we blame you? Whose fault is it that you guys, your Guardians, last night, 8 innings into that game, you have rookie left-hander Parker Messick out there dealing with 106 pitches, which, again, it's a big workload for that guy.
Unbelievable.
But he goes out there, 8 innings,
45
no-hit baseball.
Years. He would have ended a 45-year drought.
He was within 3 outs of ending that drought without a no-hitter. Instead, he became the second Guardians pitcher in 8 months to fall short of that in the 9th inning.
Unbelievable.
I blame Tyvis and Fish equally.
I never would have said anything.
But you did. I got the group chat pulled up.
Okay,
Fish
good.
says, anyone watching the Guardians, something quote unquote interesting is happening.
Something is happening.
And then Tyvis says, he's 3 outs away.
That's Tyvis.
And Fish says, no, you can't say that. And then Tyvis says, Parker is the GOAT.
But Parker is the GOAT? What are we?
I tell you.
Goated.
I mean, Tyvis.
It's not my
Fish
fault.
started it.
If Fish never would have said anything, there wouldn't have been a conversation.
Fish started it.
So stop it.
You ended the no-hitter.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I tend to think that's the case.
That is not the case.
Yeah.
If Fish need to mind his business and worry about the Cubs, that's how I feel.
Tyvis, a wise man once told me, pull the finger, point the thumb, whatever. What's the phrase?
I don't even know how to say it. You don't even know how to say it.
Are you kidding me?
We're not putting the toothpaste back in the toothpaste container. Second down and 10. It's an 8-yard pass. That'll be a first down. Move the chains. All right. By the way, if you want to blame someone for your windows in your house, well, I guess you could only blame yourself at this point because Window Nation's got a deal that can help you out. It's not their fault. They want to give you great windows at a great price, and you can take advantage of that right now. With their more you buy, the more you save sale going on now. You can save up to 50% off all the windows for your home. You can get them with 0% interest financing for 5 years. Yeah, let me say that again. 0% interest financing for 5 years from Window Nation, plus up to 50% off all the windows you buy right now with their more you buy, more you save sale. They've got 45,000 5-star reviews, and of course their crews can come out and change your house, get all your windows done in a day. They have crews that are experts that come out to your house, averaging 15 years of experience on the crew. So when they come to your house, they will get the job done right. And, of course, you'll be getting great windows from Window Nation. See the selection, pick out your windows, and, of course, get a great deal from them right now when you schedule your fast free consultation at windownation.com. Once again, that's windownation.com. So we were talking about Cleveland, talking about the Guardians. Now, Tyvis screwed all the Guardians fans out of seeing a no-hitter.
Get out of here.
Way to go. I blame you 100%. But there's another thing going on. Tomorrow, Cleveland Cavs start their run to the playoff to eventually, hopefully, hoisting the Larry O'Brien Trophy. That would be a big welcome thing there in Cleveland to get that back. First time since 2016. They got a tall task ahead of them, given who's in the East. We know about the Celtics, but they start off with the Toronto Raptors.
Yes.
Tyvis.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to be fully honest with y'all.
Easy work.
I haven't watched much, if at all, of the Raptors this year. Period. End of story. I'll be honest, I haven't watched nearly as much NBA as I wanted to this year. Kind of got more locked in on college basketball because of the Buckeyes and trying to see if this team was going to do the thing or not. And so I didn't get to as much NBA. But now I'm locked in. It's playoff time, baby. I'm ready to watch.
Beaker, do the thing.
Yeah, do the thing. That's right. So help me out with the Raptors, Tyvis. What are we expecting between this Cavs-Raptors series?
Cavs and 5. No, I think that, honestly, when you look at just the Raptors, they just don't shoot the three-point ball really well at all. I mean, I think they're like fourth in the NBA, like worse as shooting threes. So they're a big take twos teams. I think one of their best three-point shooters is Emmanuel Quickley and former Buckeye Jamison Battle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. I think those are the only two guys that really can be effective. I think that because the Cavs don't defend the three-point ball well, I think that they're going to be inclined to shoot threes because the Cavs are terrible at defending the three. So I think you're going to see them attempt more threes, but skill for skill, player for player, I mean, the Cavs pretty much got them beat. Their best players, Brandon Ingram and R.J. Barrett and Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes usually has some pretty decent games against the Cavs. I think he just likes to go at Evan Mobley for whatever reason because, Scotty won the Rookie of the Year over Evan Mobley, and a lot of people felt that wasn't right. So those two got like a little beef there. But for the most part, the Cavs should be able to handle business. Like I said, Cavs in about 5, at worst 6. That's probably pretty much how that one's going to go.
Lake Erie, Land O'Lakes, Geauga Lake. Cavs and 5. How about that? You like that one?
Cavs and 5.
All right. We can all come up with our own version of the Shannon Sharp meme. That's good.
And then if they were to do that, they would get a Fugazi #1 seed Detroit Pistons team in the second round. But then in the Eastern Conference Finals, they will pee their pants whether they play the Celtics or the Knicks because they don't do good against either of those teams.
Here's the thing. I don't like that you've called the Pistons Fugazi.
They are.
They're not. They're legit. Now I'm going to say that and watch them lose in the first round, but that would be embarrassing if I say that.
They play the winner of.
They're playing
Chicago and Orlando, right?
Charlotte. They're playing Charlotte. It's already locked in with Charlotte.
Yeah, the plans are already set.
Yeah,
they're playing.
They're not.
They're not.
Charlotte and Orlando plays tonight.
Oh, you're right. They did some yesterday. You're right. They did play some yesterday, but they have to do 2 more.
You know what?
Charlotte and Orlando play tonight.
Crazy?
The Warriors and Suns play tonight.
What's crazy is I'm looking at an article on ESPN that's playoff matchups, and it says Pistons versus Hornets. And so then I look at the date. It says April 14th, 3 days ago. So, clearly that's not done.
Tyvis is right. That ESPN is wrong.
I
admitted to being wrong a second after I said it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I don't know where y'all
So it does say in this article, we'll use ESPN's Basketball Power Index to fill in the 4 teams projected to advance out of. So they did a whole write-up on Pistons, Hornets, and it's not even actually officially going to happen yet. But all right, fine. We'll see who gets there tonight with that Hornets game. But yeah, the Pistons are a team that I think is actually pretty good, and I have been on them for a while with the fact that they, have.
If the Cavs play Detroit in the second round and lose, Kenny Atkinson's getting fired.
He should.
You think so?
Because who's the coach of the Pistons?
J.B. Bickerstaff, who they fired him for.
Yeah, that would be bad. Yeah, I will say, Dylan, I think that Detroit has a good core, but the problem with them always ends up being those role players that I just don't think. I don't know if the Pistons have it this year, but they have the record that says they're the best team in the East. We know that the Celtics now getting everybody fully healthy, they're the best team in the East.
I will never favor a team that has Tobias Harris as their second best player.
That is
bad. in a playoff.
All right, that's
series.
fair.
Are you talking about the Sixers?
Are you talking about noted rent payer Tobias Harris?
Tobias Harris over me? That's my favorite Jimmy Butler quote.
They chose Tobias Harris over me?
That's almost as good as Stephen A's. They gave up Kwame Brown. That's also very good.
Paul George and Joel Embiid to be solid.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. It all starts, as far as the Cavs part of the playoffs, that starts tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that as well going forward. A bunch of NFL players got scammed by a former college football player. No, it's not J.J. McCarthy. He's just a regular old fraud. We'll tell you who did get the scamming done next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still no major incidents to report out there. So right now I do want to give you a heads up on the east side. Starting on Saturday and by the airport, you will be seeing some paving projects out there. It will cause two ramps to be closed too. It's that Hamilton Road southbound ramp and that Hamilton Road northbound ramp at 270. It's in those daytime hours too, so a lot of drivers could be impacted. 6 o'clock in the morning till 5 that afternoon. Only Saturday though, so just in case, take this alternate route. Hamilton Road, take that southbound to Broad Street, then head eastbound over towards 270. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone here for Window Nation. Spring has arrived, and it'll be a great time to open your windows. But, oh, wait, your windows don't open easily. They leak when it rains. They've got cracked glass. They need repainting again. Ugh. Getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation, that's easy and affordable. Right now, during the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off all your windows. Plus, you could get them with 0 interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. Experts report that windows retain 80% of their value. With Window Nation, you'll get windows that easily slide open and closed. They are made with top quality seals so they won't leak when it's rainy or windy. And unlike other windows, they're maintenance free. They're so good, Window Nation stands behind them with a lifetime warranty. And they're rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Save big with Window Nation's The More You Buy, The More You Save sale. Going on now. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com for your consultation.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
This spring, take a break from interest with 0% financing for up to 60 months on new 2026 Tucsons. 0%. Go now, Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With Proof Credit ends 4/30.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Truck drivers, maximize your miles and earn top pay as a team driver at Schneider. Schneider just raised its pay for team drivers and has the freight to keep you moving. More business with small package parcel shippers creates new opportunities with DC to DC drop and hook freight. The advantages don't stop there. Schneider's teams also enjoy the newest trucks with factory installed power inverters and outlets, refrigerators, and memory foam mattresses. Join now and sign-on bonuses of up to $16,000 per team may be available. Find your team driving job at SchneiderJobs.com.
Spring showers revealing roofing or siding issues? Trust the pros at Newman Roofing for expert care, white glove service, and quality you can count on. Schedule your estimate today and take advantage of special financing options. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At Tri-State Men's Health, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more, getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Feature therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
I'm Yolanda Harris. I'm a journalist at 10 TV News. I grew up here, and after 25 years of telling this community's stories, this place still means so much to me. When I'm not in the newsroom, I'm usually out supporting the same people and causes I care deeply about. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all. And that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still. It moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer, to speak up, or lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
As the seasons change, it's time to prep your HVAC system with a $49 seasonal tune-up from Columbus Worthington Air. A seasonal tune-up can help save money on your energy bill and help prevent expensive breakdowns. As your local home service experts, everything we do is backed by our exceptional service guarantee. It all adds up to dependable service from neighbors you trust. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit cwaohio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning. I'm Dylan Gonzalez. Rick Bowness will return as the head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets for the 2026-2027 season. Here's Bowness on why he decided to come back to Columbus.
I'm very excited, and I want to be thankful to Don and the management and the ownership to give me this opportunity, because I am anxious to come back and finish the job that I came here to do, and that's to get the Columbus Blue Jackets in the playoffs.
Cleveland Guardians rookie Parker Messick came up just short of history, having a no-hit bid broken up in the ninth inning. The Guardians would go on to win it 4-2, and the Cincinnati Reds were going for the sweep of the San Francisco Giants, but fell short 3-0. The Redlegs will play the Twins tonight with first pitch just after 8 o'clock on the Fan 2. This update is sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
You're bald!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
Guys, low testosterone is something that younger men are starting to even experience. Maybe your game isn't quite what it used to be. I know mine wasn't, but then I went to Tri-State Men's Health, got a shot in the ace, and now I'm back in the gym. I'm strong. The workouts is better than ever. I feel more driven at work. Can't you tell by my energy? And the bedroom. Lauren just don't know what to do with herself. At Tri-State Men's Health, their advanced medical strategy featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, and more treatments with the low T and hormonal issues helps you do a lot of positive things with the body. If you have any of these symptoms, go to Tri-State Men's Health right now. Go to TriStateMen'sHealth.com. Take their low T quiz. After that, you want to schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health. The cost of the appointment is only $99. There are 2 locations located in Columbus. One is in Hilliard. The other one's in Westerville. Don't ignore the signs. Call today and take the first step towards feeling better again. Call them at 800-900-9654 or visit TriStateMen'sHealth.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See websites for details.
I'm just covered in white goo. I don't know why that played. Point out, Tyvis, that was well over 60. Just for what it's worth, you failed.
Oh, man.
You did
Back
a good
to the
job.
drawing board.
Still, yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
By the way, apparently we very much we don't have fans in afternoons. Common Man and Timmy very ticked off by stuff we did yesterday on the show.
Good.
So this is Timmy Hall and Common Man did not like what we did yesterday. Well, at this time, 7 o'clock, we did the list and we did our most overrated movies of all time. And Dylan particularly had a take where you said that you did not think Raiders of the Lost Ark is a good movie.
Overrated because Indiana Jones, the main character, has nothing to do with the main plot line of the Ark.
All right, here's what Mike and Timmy thought of that.
All right, so I guess we can now confirm that T-Bone and Tyvis have a producer problem.
First of all, we knew that before. Second of all,
you love this movie.
I do love the movie.
Just as much.
But here's the thing. I appreciate the thought that he put into that review, okay? Because that wasn't simply that movie sucks, overrated, I don't know so good about it. He told you why.
Yes, of course he did.
I don't agree with him.
What do you... What are you, like a Jackets fan now?
No.
Congratulations for doing your job and bringing something to the table with this movie review. Yay, you had things to say.
That's what his job is. His job is to produce the show and come up with some hot button topics, but he thought it out well. That does not make him immune from being a stupid idiot, which he clearly is.
Wow. I mean, you know what? I can't always argue with him on you being a stupid idiot.
You know what? However, 10 years ago, if you were to told me that Common Man and T-Bone would be calling me a stupid idiot on the regular, I would take that.
Hey, you know what?
What about now?
Yeah, now you've learned that has no value whatsoever. By the way, this is Timmy gets, this is his defense of Indiana Jones and specifically of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Let me tell you why Steven Spielberg and the boys and that plot was genius. Because everybody is doing something in regards to their hero being a guy that's, jumping and shooting and running and shooting and setting off explosions and killing people left and right. First of all, he maybe had the most badass kill in the history of cinema. When that samurai or whatever you call that dude, what kind of sword was that? Like the Arabian saber or whatever that style is.
Arabian saber, Teddy.
He's doing his things. Oh, hey, he pulls out the pistol. He just shoots him. That was amazing. That was one of the greatest moments of my life.
I mean, that speaks a lot to Timmy's life, I feel like. But yeah.
One of the greatest moments of his life. He's got a kid.
Can I tell you right now? Can I tell you? I don't know who would get this nickname, but anyone who gets the nickname the Arabian Saber has got to be a badass. Like, that's a good name right there. I don't care who you are. I like that nickname. But yeah, I would just say, Dylan, I feel like what I have had to deal with both Common Man and Timmy for so long is that they like basic things, like Billy Joel appeals to both of them. And Billy Joel is a very simple man where every album he has put out ever is an album that also, it looks like the album cover, the title is the exact same thing as what the name of the album is. There's no subtlety. There's no nuance. It's just, hi, I'm Billy Joel, and this album's called Stand in Front of a Wall, and here's a picture of me, Billy Joel, standing in front of a wall, and it's like, great, there you go, love it. So that's what they like, okay? So he likes very simple art. He doesn't like very
minded.
I didn't say that. I said they like very simple art. And so like Raiders of the Lost Ark, very straightforward. There's a guy with a whip. He's a good guy. Bad guys are the Nazis. There you go. Easy enough. And that's it. No nuance, no subtlety. Yeah, that's fine. That's what he likes.
I wasn't going to let her take a third finger after she originally said she only wanted two.
Right. See, that has nuance. That has layers. You have to know what is being said there. You can't just be barely listening.
You got to use bar.
Also, Timmy, it's the best moment of your life. Buddy, the movie was made in 81. You were born after me. I was born in 82. You weren't seeing it in the theater. You saw it on VHS. How is that one of the best moments of your life?
I hate that is a cut up with Timmy. I
love
terrible.
It. I love it.
It is terrible.
Prosecutors allege that a man named Luther Davis pretended to be 3 different NFL players from May 2023 till October of 2024 to secure loans from multiple lending agencies. The players he impersonated: Atlanta Falcons quarterback Michael Penix Jr., fully extended; former Cleveland Browns tight end David Njoku; and Green Bay Packers safety Xavier McKinney, according to a report. Apparently what this guy was doing was he and a partner would forge, they forged documents including personal financial statements, Secretary of State documents, and bank statements for companies supposedly operated by those NFL players. This was all fake. And then when they would go to the loan office, this guy, Luther Davis, who is himself a former Alabama football player, would show up in various dress to try to look like the guys that these actually well-known NFL players. So he would also make, apparently, I want to say they did like fake IDs and stuff, that he took photos with him dressed up like this to say, yeah, this is me. Those would get in the system. And then when he would show up, they would look and say, oh, yeah, it looks like you. And so what ended up happening was defaults happened on some of these loans, and they started going after the NFL players and saying, hey, we gave you a loan, you're not paying it back. And the NFL players like, I don't know who you're talking. I've never applied for a loan from you. I don't even have a company. And then that was how it all kind of unraveled. But They said this guy.
A quick Google search.
You would think this guy got away with nearly $20 million over 13 fake loans before they finally caught on to what he was doing.
They caught him, huh?
Oh yeah, they caught him, and now I'm guessing he's going to go to jail for a while for this.
Okay, define the while, because you say he got $20 million. What? How many years is we talking?
I mean, I would think you get at least 10 years for that. I don't know. You're defrauding people of money.
So you go sit down for 10 years in jail for $20 million. It's almost that's.
Are you saying it's worth it, or are you saying because
I think that's what he's saying?
That's 20. Sit down for 10, you come home to 20.
You don't come home to it. They confiscate it. It's
not
back.
if you spent it.
Okay, then they confiscate the assets. If they're like, oh, well, damn, we can't get the money back, but he did buy 2 planes with it. Well, then guess who owns the planes now? The government owns those, and they sell them off to try to pay back your creditors that you defrauded. But Luther Davis was a top 150 high school prospect in ESPN's recruiting rankings. He played defensive end at Alabama from 2007 to 2010. He made 47 tackles and was on the 2009 national championship team. So, I mean, this guy played at a high level, but he apparently wasn't good enough to really, make his own deals.
What years you say he was there?
2007 to 2010. So he's a little older than you.
Yeah.
He could play on the longest yard team now.
Federal prison.
Right. Yeah, he could. You get a quarterback in there, get a couple other guys, you never know.
Adam Sandler.
Here's the other thing that's interesting about Luther Davis. In 2013, he was alleged to be an intermediary between 5 SEC players and NFL agents for the players to receive impermissible benefits, which it says in this article at the time was a violation of NCAA rules. Obviously, we know now there are no rules, so that would be fine now. But at the time, that was very much not allowed. So
they was doing illegal stuff at Alabama.
Well, he was trying to do it. I don't know if Alabama was directing it, but 2013, who was the head coach there when that was going on? Was that who was the head coach?
Little St. Nick.
No, was Nick Saban there in 2013? Wow, that's such a shock. It's almost like the SEC was only good when they were illegally paying players, and then when everybody else got to pay their players, suddenly SEC mystique wore off.
For
crazy how that
3 years, that's been the case. How long has NIL been a thing?
About like 3 or 4 years. I feel like it's kind of when that all really took off. Jeff Svoboda going to join us next. The Jackets Insider. We'll check in with him one final time this season. His thoughts on the new head coach, who's the old head coach for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Rick Bowness rejoins. Jeff Svoboda. We'll talk to him next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Friday. Right now we are seeing our first traffic incident of the morning, and it's happening on the north side of Columbus. We're talking just as you're passing Worthington, and we do have a disabled vehicle that we're watching for you on 270 eastbound, passing 71, heading towards places like Cleveland Avenue. The left lane is blocked out there, not causing any major traffic though. At least that's some good news on this Friday. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Grilling season is here, and nobody does it better than Billiards Plus. Fire up your backyard with top-of-the-line grills from the biggest names in outdoor cooking. Perfect for game day or any day. And when the party heads inside, Billiards Plus has you covered with pool tables, shuffleboard, game tables, and more. Everything you need to build the ultimate hangout. From backyard cookouts to game room showdowns. Make your home the MVP. Billiards Plus. Grills, games, and good times. Family owned and operated. Check them out online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Two things: communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. All right? Wildcats on 3. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Grab me a new cross-match bingo from the Ohio Lottery.
Sure thing. You said match bingo cross?
No, the newest $10 scratch-off with prizes up to $500,000.
Yeah.
The ticket's so big, it's only sold at retail counters? The one with over $15 million in prizes? Cross-match bingo.
One cross bingo match coming up.
However you say it, cross-match bingo combines cash word, bingo, and match games all into one for even more fun. Lottery plays are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Bo Bishop here. Picture this. Windows down, the beautiful countryside rolling by, the kids laughing in the back, and nowhere you have to be but wherever the road takes you. That's RV life. Find yours at RCD RV. 3 locations in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Hop into savings this spring with Ohio Mulch. Right now, save $100 on home delivery orders, but only for a limited time at ohiomulch.com. What sets Ohio Mulch apart are premium pine bark mulch made from high-quality southern pine from South Georgia. It lasts longer and creates the perfect pH for acidic-loving plants like hydrangeas and azaleas. Better mulch, better results. Shop now at ohiomulch.com.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, greener, better.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Do you have foot pain? Foot pain is not normal regardless of your age or job. Podiatric physicians are the most qualified doctors to care for your feet and can provide important foot care solutions or shoe inserts to better manage foot pain. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. We've been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
As high school seniors prepare to graduate and make plans for their future, we need more young people to consider a future in public education. Ohio needs more people from all backgrounds, all races, all genders to become the excellent educators all students deserve. I can tell you from experience, there is no more rewarding career.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Think you know Buckeye football? These two say, "Hold my beer." The Beat with Austin and Berm.
Sponsored by the Waterworks.
Daily on the Fan's YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We have a great looking Friday ahead of us. Lots of sunshine this morning, then some high thin clouds steadily working during the afternoon. It'll be warm with highs in the lower 80s, less windy though than what it has been. Clouds increase overnight, lower 60s. For Saturday, occasional showers and a few thunderstorms out there. It'll be wet from time to time, so be ready for that. Otherwise, cloudy skies and breezy once again with highs in the mid-70s. A couple of those storms tomorrow early afternoon could be strong. For The Fan, I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Justin Gertz.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. T-Bone and Tyvis present Talking Jackets. Talking Jackets.
It's a score! A turnover by the Islanders and Adam Fantilli. One more time. Puts it in the net.
Your look inside the world of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Joining us now on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, he is the Jackets insider, Jeff Svoboda. Well, Jeff, it's the final conversation of the year for us. We were hoping, obviously, to talk a little bit of playoff action, but boy, there's a lot that happened this week in between the Jackets being eliminated from the playoffs and now this whirlwind. Do you recall anything quite like the end of this Blue Jacket season and all your time watching the Jackets over the last few years?
I mean, it certainly has been a crazy week. We've also, been a franchise where crazy things have happened over the years.
Well, fair enough. Yeah.
Hard to compare it necessarily to anything else, though. But I think the bottom line is you could look at this as Tuesday night. Rick Bowness showed how much he cared about this franchise and how he wants to finish the job and take it to the next level. He and Don Waddell talked Wednesday morning, probably right after you guys had talked. And then by Thursday afternoon, Rick Bowness is back as the Blue Jackets head coach. So, it felt Tuesday night like, and, everyone's heard the comments by now that, this was a man that wanted to stay. You don't just say what you did if you didn't care and didn't want to finish the job. And now Rick Bowness will get another chance to do so, and it should be a very busy offseason, just given the contract situations and, with so many players being free agents, but also, this Blue Jackets team has missed the playoffs, by the smallest of margins each of the last 2 years. Now is the time to take that next step. And so I feel like this offseason is going to be a very interesting one here in Columbus. And so why not kick it off with an interesting week, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that a lot of people like to bring up is the fact that Bones is 71 years old, right? And my question for you is, how long do you think his contract will be? Obviously, the details probably come out sometime today or over the next couple of days, but how many years do you anticipate his contract to be?
Well, first of all, he's 71, and he feels like he's younger than me, and I'm 41, just the way he acts. So I don't think that they're terribly worried about his age. But the deal is for the upcoming season. So it's a one-year deal. And then, the question becomes, what do you do at that point? And they said yesterday at the press conference that it's going to be a lot like this season where, when Rick Bowness was hired in January, the message was he and Don Waddell will talk at the end of the season and decide what they want to do. It feels like that's what they're going to do a year from now. I wouldn't be terribly surprised any outcome there. And, it'll also be interesting to see what the Blue Jackets do from an assistant coaching standpoint. Rick Bowness inherited basically Dean Evison's staff when he got here and talked at the end of the season yesterday about how much, he appreciated their work and how helpful they were. But, it's a possibility he may want to bring in his own people. There's also a possibility you've got a heck of a coach down in Cleveland, Trent Vogelhuber, Dublin native, who has, had some great success down there with the Monsters. And, does at some point he come up to the NHL staff, especially before you lose him? So, maybe you start looking at it with Bones being on a one-year deal and the age. Do you try to start building a staff that you feel comfortable with, that you can kind of transition to down the road? There's a lot of questions there that need to be answered. But at least we know right now it's going to be Rick Bowness next season here in Columbus.
Jeff Svoboda, the Jackets insider, joining us in the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Obviously, Jackets fans very disappointed that this team didn't make the playoffs, and rightfully so. I don't think there's any breaking news there about that, and everyone knows how frustrating that is. But, as I look at this offseason, I am interested to see how Don Waddell, a guy who did not make the majority of his name in Columbus, he made it elsewhere. Rick Bowness, a guy who made the majority of his career not in Columbus and made it elsewhere, how those guys will value bringing up guys who've been in the Columbus system for a long time versus, maybe we move some of those guys. Maybe we take some prospects, trade them away, and go get some guys who, like them, have done things outside of this organization, bring them in to help maybe show some of the guys on this roster who have said they need to learn how to win. Maybe they bring in some guys who already know how to do that. Do you think that's a possible strategy for this team this year?
Well, that's a great question, because if you look at, the past couple off seasons, they've done a fair amount of that. And Charlie Coyle was that guy coming into this season, a guy who had never missed the playoffs in 13 years. Midway through the year, Mason Marchment comes in, and he's a guy that's played a lot of playoff hockey over the years. And so, it feels like they've kind of started to go that way with the mix a little bit. Probably the biggest question, maybe not the biggest, because there's a lot of big questions out there. But a question that's going to color this entire offseason is what happens with Boone Jenner. Obviously, the longest tenured Blue Jacket of all time, one of those players that it feels like should wear the uniform of one team for his entire career now that he's gotten this far, and, the captain of the team as well. But he's an unrestricted free agent. And, the harsh reality of the NHL is you look at roster construction and you look at the fact that a lot of big contracts are coming due, whether they be for the other UFAs like, Coyle and Goodbranson and guys like that, or the RFAs. I mean, they have to sign Adam Fantilli. They have to sign Cole Sillinger. They're going to have to sign Kirill Marchenko down the road here. So, I mean, there's a lot of things at play here that in Boone, the injuries have, been an issue the last couple of years. And like I say, it's one of those guys, a heart and soul guy, a captain. It feels like it would be almost impossible to see him in a different jersey. But, the business of the NHL is a business, and you have to look at the way your roster is constructed and where he fits in before you commit to him for a long-term thing. So that if that move gets made, then suddenly your leadership group looks a whole lot different. And so, that's a big factor. But, yeah, I mean, I think you at the end of a season, when you have a coach that talks about, the atmosphere has to improve here, the understanding of what it takes to win has to go up a level. Do you start looking at the reality of what do you bring in versus what do you build around, and say that with so many contracts that are up this year, it's going to be a balancing act for Don Waddell because you can't replace everybody, but he's already got a lot on his plate. So finding that right mix is going to be the biggest question for him this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that is the goaltending situation is obviously I think they're moving on from Elvis. I think that would probably be the case. And I think they drafted one last year, but I think T-Bone tells me you got to wait like 3 years before he's available. What do we do with the goaltending? Because I since I've been covering the Jackets, that's been like one of the biggest subjects is goaltending.
Well, the good news is you feel pretty good about Jet Greaves. His consistency, the way he plays, the way that the guys like to play in front of him, his numbers throughout the year. He's been one of the better goaltenders in the NHL for most of the season and proved it consistently throughout the year and really didn't have any bad games. I mean, everybody has one or two that aren't great, but it sure felt like that guy came to play every night. So you feel like you've got a starter there. With Elvis, you've got 1 year left on that contract. I think that is a big question that needs to be answered because and they answered it yesterday in that that they feel like he told the coaching staff, I feel like I can be a number one goalie. And the response is, as it is with every player who says, I deserve a bigger role. You'll get that chance in training camp, but come back, put in the work and show it. And if you play that well, you'll be that guy. But I also think that you have to look at the reality of the last 4 years that, his goals against average is 3.50, save percentage of 890. So, do you face the realization that, now with just 1 year left on that contract, that now feels a lot more movable? Do you do that and try to find, goaltenders out there? The goalie market's always weird, and it's such a volatile position from year to year that you don't know necessarily what you're going to get. But I think that option is on the table, and nothing against Elvis, just again, looking at the realities and the business of the situation. So that's something I think you could see the Blue Jackets do. The pipeline, they've got two really good young goalies, or three really, but none of them is particularly close right now. Two over in Russia, one that played in the Western Hockey League last year, at Evan Gardner. So I think the future there feels pretty good. It's just a question of the immediate next couple of years. Again, Jet, you've got to feel pretty happy about. It's what do you do to kind of fill out that position over the next 2 to 3 seasons.
Real quick, Don Waddell had a quote about Kent Johnson that I found interesting yesterday at the press conference where he said, quote, "No, we're not giving up and giving away 22-year-old players." And I given that KJ obviously has had a very up and down, tenure here with Columbus, I found that to be kind of a striking statement from him. Did that surprise you that he was so, a lot of these guys have kind of said, well, we'll see, right? On a lot of players. With him, they're like, no, it doesn't sound like they're interested in really giving up on him yet. Does that shock you?
It doesn't shock me. I mean, Kent Johnson has to be a huge part of this franchise going forward. He was the 5th overall pick in the draft, in 2021. They've already traded the 6th overall pick in 2022 in David Jiricek. And so when you talk about building a young core, you need those young core pieces to be core pieces. And Kent Johnson has had some seasons where he's looked like one of those guys, and he's had some tremendously disappointing seasons. And, and Don Waddell said it yesterday, and we've all seen it. The skill is there. The ability to create offense is there. The ability to manipulate time and space with the puck is there. But, he's also a player that, he's not the biggest. He's not the, winning a ton of battles. He's not a physical presence. When he's not scoring, he doesn't bring a lot to the table. And if you look at the numbers this year, by and large, he didn't score. And so, I love Kent Johnson. I think that when Kent Johnson is right, he can be a difference maker because he's a unique player at the NHL level. But when he's not right, then you've got a big problem. And so, like he said, he's 22. You don't want to give up on him. You don't want to just give him away. You've got to figure out a way to make this work. And it's going to be a massive offseason for him. They talked about him, needing to get to the right weight and maybe adding 10 to 12 pounds so that he can battle better and things like that. But whatever he did last offseason, it's got to be better this year because, again, he's the 5th overall pick. You have to be able to build around a guy like that. We've seen it. It's got to come out this upcoming season. And if it does, then the Blue Jackets are in a heck of a lot better place than they are right now.
Jeff, we appreciate all the info this year. We will check in during the offseason periodically, and then we'll be back to doing it next year as well. Looking forward to it, all right? Thanks again.
Call anytime. I'm ready to go.
There you go. Jeff Svoboda, the Jackets insider on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Yeah, big offseason for the Jackets, as it seems to be often. So we'll see what the Brain Trust can do there, but we always appreciate Jeff's time. Coming up in 2 minutes, what's the number one thing we're looking for in the spring game? We'll tell you next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, most of your roads are still looking great on this Friday morning. A live look over on the east side by Reynoldsburg, 70 westbound just west of State Route 256. Traffic moving along just fine this morning. For our friends on that west side, 70 in both directions, no issues there. Even 40 eastbound looking beautiful as you're heading towards 270 and even downtown. And for our friends in Delaware County, good morning to you. 71 southbound, the way to go today between 36 to 270. That's a 9-minute commute. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
The weather in Central Ohio just got better, so why shouldn't your loan rate? CME Federal Credit Union wants to try to beat your current loan rate by 2% on autos and toys. Plus, no payments for 90 days on car loans and 60 days on motorcycles, boats, and more. Go to CMEFCU.org today.
Home should be a comfortable place, but sometimes it's filled with rooms that are too hot, too cold, high energy bills, noise, and polluted air. You deserve better because you care about home comfort, and that's why Logan Services will care for you. We're fast with same-day estimates and next-day installation. We're friendly, listening to you, offering a system for every home and every budget. Get comfortable by choosing Logan AC and Heat Services.
Protect your home or business with Ramos Roofing. Trusted roofing, siding, and gutter solutions with free estimates and flexible financing. Call 614-761-7663 or visit RamosRoofingOhio.com today. Ramos Roofing. Reliable, local, built right.
It worked once, so we're doing it again. Sign up now for the Fan 5K, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center. We're back at Otterbein on Saturday, June 20th. Walk a mile with the Common Man, jog a 5K with T-Bone, or try to beat Tyvis in a 40-yard dash. Tyvis won't stretch, so there's a chance he pulls something. The fun starts at 8 a.m. Saturday, June 20th. Register today and earn a sweet medal, race t-shirt, and a photo op at the finish line. Sign up at 971therace.com. Prepare your tightest running clothes, and we'll see you at the Fan 5K on June 20th.
The two most mature people working at the radio station. And that's just because they wear pants.
Herbert and the Skivvies.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan. Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut. Minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Win a 4-pack of VIP tickets to the Classic for Columbus 3-on-3 tournament. The tournament takes place Saturday, May 2nd at Ohio State's RPAC, hosted by NBA legend Kenny Anderson. You can also register to win a team of 3 to play in the tournament. Head to 971thefan.com for more info. Give me a number, T-Bone.
Let us go with 8.
Caller number 8 will win a 4-pack of VIP tickets to the Classic for Columbus. 614-821-9710. That's 614-821-9710.
Get your team registered. Even if you don't win those tickets, you could actually play in the thing.
Yeah,
we're picking a team.
$10,000 on the line. I mean, come on now.
Let's make it happen. Let's go.
Can I address the YouTube chat real quick?
Oh, man.
Yeah, please
This happened
do.
on the afternoon show, too.
What you do?
Everyone's saying that my Indiana Jones take is an original, and I stole it from Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that in the chat.
Is that a thing they did on Big Bang Theory?
Did you steal it?
I wouldn't say I stole it. I would say Big Bang Theory came out 30 years after Indiana Jones. There were people saying it before Big Bang Theory as well.
There you go. That's good.
The phone is off the hook.
Yes.
What's going on?
I'm going to answer the phone.
Who's calling me? No, that's yeah, I don't think I think sometimes that happens. I've seen that in like comedy where someone will tell a joke and then someone else 20 years later will tell the joke and they're like, "Oh, you're ripping this guy off." And it's like, or 2 people over the course of 20 years had like a similar thought who happen to be stand-up comedians.
Like I think Dylan ripped it off.
He probably did. Actually, why am I defending him at all? There's no reason for that. All right. So biggest thing we're looking for from the spring game, obviously my number one thing, and I don't think this is too hot of a take, no injuries. Everybody comes out of this clean and healthy as they were when they came in. As healthy as they were when they came in is how they come out.
That's always the goal.
That is goal number 1. Now, goal number 1A is I personally am interested to see a little bit of how the offense has progressed with Arthur Smith now in charge of it, as opposed to there being, I mean, this is a guy who's been an NFL head coach who has run an offense in a variety of different situations. I'm curious to see what he's taken from the tenets of the Ryan Day offensive package, and what of that he has said, yes, we want to do that, and what of that he has said, I want to change some things. I want to add some things to it. I want to, mess with it a little bit. I'm curious to see what that looks like. I know we won't get a full picture of it tomorrow, but that's something I got an eye on.
I want to walk away knowing that the transfers that they got from these other schools on the defensive side of the ball in particular are the right guys. Now, I don't know how long we're going to see those guys. We might see them for maybe 2 series probably, and then boom, we'll see the younger guys get in there. But I still want to walk away because it was a time where I walked away from the spring game concerned. I think it was 2 years ago, year ago, whatever it was.
2 years ago,
when they was running the ball, and we was all worried and concerned, and boom, they stopped.
That was the offseason before they did what?
That was the offseason before they
won the national championship.
I think it was that year. Exactly.
But, I mean, look, it all clicked in. They eventually figured it out, but we saw it in the Oregon game that year.
Yeah.
That was the Oregon game where it went terribly with the defense, and they had to fix some things.
Yeah, they simplified it.
Right. Yeah. So that is something to keep an eye on as well, like with meshing some of these players from a variety of different backgrounds, guys who are coming here from other schools. Plus, you've got the freshmen, which, by the way, that is our fan poll today. You can head over to 971 The Fan on Twitter and see the fan poll for yourself. It's brought to you by JT's Pizza Pub. Which group are you looking forward to watching the most in tomorrow's spring game, the freshmen or the transfer portal players? Right now, 57% of you say the transfer portal players. And I mean, I think if Legend Bay was playing tomorrow, maybe a few more people be voting for freshmen because he is one of those guys that you want to see. But
well, the thing is that we can say the transfer portal guys, but the key ones that's actually is only going to play like a little bit. They only going to play like
true
2
enough.
series.
Yeah,
so you're going to be forced to see the younger guys anyways. You're going to see the majority of the game is going to be younger guys. I like to see Tavian St. Clair versus Justin Martin. I think that's going to be a good battle because we think that Tavian St. Clair would be the guy who would be the second quarterback, but is the inexperience going to be an issue, or is they going to have to lean on Justin Martin because this was a guy who was a quarterback at UCLA, quarterbacked a little bit for Maryland last year, but I think he lost the competition to Malik Washington, so I don't know if he actually ever played at Maryland, but he's got the experience, in-game experience, so that's another thing right there, and we're going to see a lot of those too.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, I mean, there's the freshmen that I think a lot of people would be excited to see, the 2 guys who got the stripe off their helmet.
Brock Boyd and Chris Henry Jr.
Yeah, that's the wide receiver room.
Who's going to be the opposite receiver of JJ? I mean, Brandon Anderson is going to be out there. Who's going to be the third guy?
Another position battle that I don't think focus on a lot in spring ball, at least I tend to not look at it because I'm just like, well, that'll figure itself out. And also, I don't think it's the sexiest position battle. But what do we say every year when we get in the playoffs? You got to win. Well, that's a good point, too. I was thinking of battle in the trenches. You always got to win that battle in the trenches. So what do we have on the offensive line? You have some injuries on the offensive line. You have guys like Ian Moore, who's now working into maybe a starter's role. He has an opportunity in this game.
Yep.
But on that transfer portal side of things, I'm looking at the 2 Alabama dudes on the defensive line, James Smith and Quay Russaw.
Yep.
Because those are 2 positions where I would like to see the defensive end position pop a little bit more this year. And that would be.
I mean, last year, Caden Curry gave you a lot. I mean, I think he had, he had 11 sacks, 16 and a half TFL. So, I mean, he was, and you got to replace that because
that's what I'm saying.
You know how I feel about pressures versus sacks. I'd rather the sack than the pressure.
I'm with you.
I don't like people that's pressures is where it's at now. No, it's not. No, it is not.
Sack means the guy couldn't throw the ball away. He loses yardage when you get a sack. I'm with you. Pressures are. Yes, get pressure on a guy, but also let's get the sack if we're there. So Quay Russaw, though, is your defensive end from Alabama, and James Smith is the guy at defensive tackle. And, of course, you're losing Caden McDonald. So that defensive tackle spot you have talked about a lot, how, like, if you don't stop the run up the middle.
You got 3 guys that I think you should feel good about, but obviously we got to see it first. You got James Smith, the transfer from Alabama, John Walker, the transfer from UCF, and Edric Houston, who's a guy who's, at this point, it's time. Like, this is year 3 for him, I believe. It's time.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a very big storyline is how that battle sorts out. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not the best at evaluating offensive line talent. When I just look at it, that's not what I do.
You'll know offensive line by if you don't see their name or if you don't see the replay pointing them out and showing them personally one-on-one, giving up something, they're doing well.
This is my ultimate conflict. And I know tomorrow you're calling the game for Big Ten Network. I don't envy your task at all, because if I'm watching this and I see the defensive line just all in the backfield all the time, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, defensive line looking good. That's great. We need to replace a lot of talent off that defensive line. And then I'm immediately, as a Buckeye fan, going to go, uh-oh, offensive line issues that we had last year.
That's not what that's.
I know, and I have to try to figure out how to balance that.
You have to remember that, two of your starting offensive linemen are not playing in this game, Austin Saraville and Phillip Daniels. So that's the two tackle positions.
Right.
And then now you're mixing up. Ohio State goes out there typically with their best 5 offensive linemen. However order that may be. You could put Saraville at guard and Ian Moore at tackle.
You're saying if they have 3 guys who probably project as tackles and they're the 3 best offensive linemen, one of them's going to play guard. They're going to make sure they get out there. Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Right. I agree with. I'd rather have that strategy. But yeah,
it was a year, wasn't it? It was a year under Ryan Day where they had like a bunch of tackles and they was playing guard. What year was it? It was like DeWine's year where they had the 2, I think it was Paris and DeWine, and then in the inside, I can't remember who it was, but they was tackles who was playing guard. And the whole offensive line was like 6'6", and it was ridiculous.
I'm just saying, I don't envy your task tomorrow as you're calling this game on BTN, being a former Buckeye, where if you get a big sack, it's like, yeah, there you go, defense. It's like, well, yes, but
I'm gonna be
there's an offensive lineman who got a turnstile.
I'm gonna lie to you.
Turn into a turnstile.
Anytime the defense make a play, I'm gonna be because I'm rooting for the Bullets. What? What?
Nothing wrong with that. That's nothing wrong with that. There you go. One sports league continues to be weird about what questions are okay for reporters. I'll explain next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning to you. Well, traffic is picking up just slightly around the downtown scene. That is pretty typical, though, this time around. Just a heads up there, particularly 71 northbound over by Green Lawn Avenue. But easy commute times for a lot of our friends, especially over by Plain City to Dublin. That's looking great. Nice and green on 33, as well as 270 northbound. That intersection not too busy for you so far, so good. And for our friends in Canal Winchester, good morning. About a 5-minute commute on 33 westbound between Gender Road to 270. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
The tradition of the home opener in Reds history dates all the way back to the 1800s. But on a few occasions, the club has opened on the road. And 1990 was one of those years when a dispute between owners and players delayed the season. The Reds opened on the road in Houston that year and then came home to play their first home game on this date, April 17th. The Reds started that 1990 season with 6 straight road wins, and their home opener extended the streak. The Reds, behind the pitching of Tom Browning, beat the Padres 2-1. Owner Marge Schott was so excited about the delayed opener, she outfitted the grounds crew in tuxedos. The first occasion for this Cincinnati opening day tradition on April 17th, 1990, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Fall is a season of change, and Hinderer Motor Company is turning over a new leaf with big savings. This is Justin Hinderer. Right now, any one of our participating locations is paying up to $3,500 over Kelley Blue Book value. That's right. Drive in your current vehicle and leaf with one of ours today. Don't wait. The leaves are falling and so are the prices. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor and call a groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? on time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Working your way through that home projects list, that means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your air conditioner or furnace. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain issues? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing problems? Call the Waterworks. HVAC breakdowns? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like chew this gum and it grows new teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination. All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And tracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, big weekend on tap. Obviously, you got the spring game. We have all the coverage for you right here on the Fan starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Tee to green, before that, 9 a.m., I believe, Skip Mossick.
Correct.
So a little golf discussion, little, supposedly talking to Meredith Garfalo. Today is going to be a great day to get out and golf. Going to be nice, sunny, high pushing 80.
I'm so worried about tomorrow, man.
Tomorrow, though, they're saying there's a chance of some rain and storms, so you got to be aware you may have to dodge a little weather. Meredith yesterday felt like it probably was going to be earlier in the day. Now I'm seeing there's a little bit of maybe a little bit later in the day, so keep an eye out for that when you go out to the spring game. But if you're going out there, listen to the Fan, get all your updates. If you're not going out there, still listen to the Fan. And, of course, you can also check out Tyvis Powell on Big Ten Plus, or Big Ten Network. Sorry, why did I say Big Ten Plus? So that's
if it get stormed out, it probably gonna go Big Ten Plus.
Well, because you guys have the OSU spring game at noon, and then at 2 on BTN they have the Michigan spring game.
Correct.
I love how they stack those back to back every year, of course. So yeah, that's a if there is a little bit of a weather delay, which hopefully there isn't, that might push you guys on to BTN Plus. But we'll see. Hopefully you get to do it because I'm looking forward to hearing you. Whether or not Timmy Hall and Common Man are looking forward to hearing our version of that, I don't know.
They're going to listen. The Common Man is going to listen, and he's probably going to shoot me a text, and I'm going to check my phone in the break.
Yeah,
I see a message from him and just laugh.
See, I meant to ask you about that. Do you want us to text you like updates, thoughts? Tyvis, you called this guy, it's the wrong guy. Like, do you want us to do that, or do you want us to just leave you alone, let you cook, as the kids say?
You should be a text. Well, I'm sure I'll get to it at some point.
Dylan, you said Ian Moore's name wrong, Tyvis.
Yeah, that's me. That's why they don't call me to do this stuff. That Tyvis knows better than.
Who did he say?
There's another like Ian on the offensive line, just like Ian. I don't know.
Gesicki,
yeah,
something like that.
Mike Gesicki is actually on the offensive line. That's right.
Hitting the gritty.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, that's tomorrow. A lot of talk about that. We'll continue to talk about it. Actually, a little bit of a celebrity going to be there tomorrow. a former Buckeye, of course, JSN.
Oh, yeah.
Jackson Smith and Jig was going to ring the victory bell. So, yeah, that'll be fun.
Did you see the story with him about his shoe size?
I did, and I don't know what to make of it because I hope that's not true.
They said that he was wearing an 11.5 cleat here at Ohio State, and then the Seahawks did like a foot scan thing, and they're like, no, you're a 10.
Yeah,
and they said that contributed to his hamstring problems while he was here, is wearing the wrong cleat size.
Which I know that because I read that story and they said the Seahawks are like one of the first NFL teams to do like full body scans of their players. They've got some technology where they can scan you down to the, micrometer or something, and then they fit your shoes based on they almost don't even worry about the shoe size. They're like, here's the scan of his body. Now make the shoe around him.
They did. I don't know if I did that in Seattle or San Fran. I was somewhere in the league where They do that. You stand on the scanner and it scans your foot.
Well, it says they were one of the first, and you played there.
It tells you your size and it tells you what's your best cleat to go with your foot.
I have seen that.
I took that information and ignored it.
Why? What did it say for you?
I don't remember, but whatever the cleat was, I said, I'm not wearing that. I got too much style, too much swag to be wearing that. Give me them vapes.
I mean, if you go somewhere like the Good Feet store, shout out to Anthony Rothman.
There you go.
They have that technology there.
They'll scan your foot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't the Seahawks release you twice?
Yeah,
that's right. I like that. By the way, please cut up. Give me them vapes, because that's definitely what I think of when I think Tyvis Powell. Give me them vapes. It's just that's what he says. He's standing outside of like a smoke lounge, and he's just like, "Give me them vapes."
Tyvis just hits vapes while he's doing the show.
Yeah, 100%. There's a new meaning to the term "dabbing on them" is what they're saying. I don't know. By the way, if you've got pits and cracks that need fixed, you need to talk to Comer and Cross. If it's in your garage floor, that's what they do. They fix garage floors. They can give you a gleaming new Comer and Cross garage floor. They'll fix the stains, the cracks, the bad epoxy job, the paint job you tried yourself. It didn't work. Now it's all chipping up left and right. You will never have chips or cracks or any of that with the Comer and Cross garage floor. It's guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And plus, right now, they'll take 50% off installation, Will Comer and Cross, when you call them at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. So get your garage fixed. Their pros will come out, install this product in a day. They'll take everything out of your garage. They'll get the job done right, and they will fix the issues you already have. And this new floor will make you feel like $1 million. It'll make your garage look like a brand new car showroom. So check them out today. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR or ComerCross.com. Again, 50% off installation at ComerCross.com. COMER Cross.com. The Dallas Wings, Tyvis, had the #1 pick in the WNBA draft
2 years in a row.
Yep. Who'd they draft last year?
Paige Beckers.
Okay. Where'd she
Paige
play?
Buckets.
Where'd she play college basketball?
UConn.
Okay. This year, they had the #1 pick again.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd they draft this year?
AZ Fudd.
Who played her college basketball where?
UConn.
Okay. It turns out AZ Fudd and Paige Beckers have been public about the fact that they are in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That was speculated about for a while. It became more public knowledge, I believe, this past winter, where they kind of did the Instagram public thing, whatever. They hard launched on Instagram, as the kids are saying. So, of course, when the #1 pick 2 years in a row happens to come from the same college basketball team, and both the players know each other well, and it turns out they're in an actual relationship, that is going to maybe be a question that some reporters may ask about. You're going to be shocked to find that out. Well, apparently yesterday was the introductory press conference for AZ Fudd, and this was the question that was asked and how it was answered when it came up about AZ Fudd and Paige Beckers' relationship.
Paige announced last year on TikTok that y'all were a couple, and I'm wondering if that is still the case, and if so, if y'all have talked to any other couples in the league about how they negotiate that dynamic as pro teammates.
I understand why you have to ask that question, but we're going to respectfully decline from commenting on our players' personal lives. Go to the next question.
Okay, so that person you heard was not AZ Fudd. That was the PR rep for the team who stepped in and instantly said, we're not going to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were in that press room, would have said, cool, thanks for that info. Hey, AZ Fudd, how do you feel about playing with former UConn teammate Paige Beckers? Are you excited about that? Like, what are we talking about? Like,
I mean, it should be the same answer.
You can't ask about that? Like, what are we doing here? It's not, no one said, like, you have to go in and say, like, hey, Are there any text messages between the two of you that are unsavory that you wouldn't get out to them? Like, that's not what anybody's asking. They're not asking if you guys, like, what kind of date spots do you look to go to in Dallas? They're asking if you are in a relationship, do you think that matters as you play on the court as teammates with each other now for a professional team where you both get paid? That's not out of bounds. There are, for those who don't follow the WNBA, there are players who are in relationships who are on the same team.
If they do a breakup, is they gonna look each other off on the court?
Those question. Are legitimate questions. In fact, I cannot remember who the names were, but because if you don't know, there were two people flanking AZ Fudd in this press conference. One of whom was like the team president, and the other one might have been
the coach
GM.
and the GM.
Yeah, I think, right? Yeah. So they're both sitting there, and as soon as this question gets asked, they both look to the side stage and start kind of gesturing, and that's when the PR person, jumped in and answered this question. So, like, they clearly know this was going to be asked, and their strategy was, let's not talk about it at all. I have a daughter who very much follows the WNBA. My oldest, Vivian, big WNBA fan. This is all she's talking about. This is all she and her friends who follow WNBA. This is literally the number one thing they're concerned about is what's going on with AZ Fudd and Paige Beckers. And the idea that won't even be addressed is ridiculous.
It's going to be so overwhelming that they ain't going to have a choice but to address it eventually.
No, your personal life is your personal life, but
you put yourself in a situation where it's like come on now. It's gonna come up. Like,
Tyvis, if tomorrow, which I'm sure it's either tomorrow or Monday, they're gonna fire my ass. And if they hired Lauren to be my replacement, your wife, and now she was sitting in the one chair, because she'd still, I'm guessing, probably still be in the two chairs, how they If Lauren came in,
first of all,
Barrett Sports Media tomorrow would be like,
that tickles you back there.
My first question will be, whose baby is that?
Well, baby tsunami? Come on, we know who that's not it. But I will say with Lauren, like, they would ask, number one question Barrett Sports Media would say is, hi, do you think it's going to be awkward, the two of you being in a relationship and now doing a 3-hour radio show together? That's a normal question. There's nothing out of bounds about that.
She would say she would decline because she says dealing with me is a lot. So, like, they come to work and then deal with me again, like, that's a lot for her.
I know that if they could pay her no amount of money, that she would say, yeah, I want to come work with Tyvis 3 hours a day. She gets enough of you at home, I'm quite sure. But I'm just saying.
Laura gets the best laughs of her life.
That's good.
We've had couples host morning shows in this market before. It didn't work out well.
No, it does not. It does not typically work out. Hey, by the way, we're less than a week away from the draft. Can you believe that? Spring games tomorrow. Draft is next Thursday. Browns GM Andrew Berry spoke ahead of the draft. You'll hear what he said next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still no incidents to report for you on this Friday, so I do want to head up towards that north side of Columbus and talk about some interchange improvements. It will close down a ramp out there. That's 71 northbound ramp to 270 westbound. That's happening tonight at 11, lasting until Monday morning at 5 a.m. As for that detour, take 71 northbound instead to 270 eastbound, then getting off at Cleveland Avenue. Once you head towards there, loop back on 270. That will eventually get you in that westbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
With Aetna, I always get a quick answer, and I don't have to search on the internet. They go above and beyond to help me with whatever I need.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a Best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when requested. We show up with access to convenient care options. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Spring into fun at the Columbus Zoo. Warmer days are right around the corner, and there's no better place to make memories. See tigers up close, watch playful otters splash and swim, and catch the baby elephants in action. All in one amazing visit. Looking for a later start? With our Zoo After 2 p.m. deal, you can enjoy all the adventure for $19.95. Plan your visit today and make the Columbus Zoo part of your spring break plans. Learn more at columbuszoo.org.
Coffee, sandwich, hash browns. Tired of the same breakfast routine? Time to refresh your morning ritual with a $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. It starts with a premium blend of freshly brewed coffee, a hot, savory breakfast sandwich made with freshly cracked eggs, and for a tasty twist, a daily baked donut to sweeten the deal. Ask for the $6 Tim's Trio. Your morning ritual refreshed. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer. Medium coffee only. Terms apply.
It always seems to happen at the worst time. You're finally in bed after a long, hard day, and then you hear it. You sit up, heart sinking. Is that coming from the ceiling? All of a sudden, it's a middle of the night flashlight hunt to find the leak. But don't worry, Newman Roofing has you covered, literally. With more than 3 decades in the business, we've seen just about everything a storm can throw at a roof. Our teams know how to spot the problem, explain your options, and fix it right the first time, with craftsmanship and care you can feel good about. We're not just here for a quick patch job, and we never will be. We're here to make sure your home stays protected season after season. So when it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, choose the company you can trust, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Tri-State Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. Tri-State Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
I'm Yolanda Harris. I'm a journalist at 10 TV News. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. And that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. Rick Bowness will return as the head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets for the start of the 2026-27 season. Here's Bowness on why he decided to come back to Columbus.
I'm very excited, and I want to be thankful to Don and the management and the ownership to give me this opportunity, because I am anxious to come back and finish the job that I came here to do, and that's to get the Columbus Blue Jackets in the playoffs.
Cleveland Guardians rookie Parker Messick came up just short of history, having a no-hit bid broken up in the 9th inning. The Guards would go on to win it 4-2, and the Cincinnati Reds were going for the sweep of the San Francisco Giants, but fell 3-0. The Redlegs will play the Twins tonight with first pitch just after 8 on the Fan 2. This update is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. If you're not happy with your results in the first week, get 100% of your money back. Visit awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Tyvis says that in all his years being in football locker rooms, he never once looked at another man's junk. He cannot say the same thing about working at this radio station. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
I don't know about you. I am very fascinated about this.
Yeah, you are.
Dallas Wings dynamic between having Paige Beckers, who they drafted last year, and now AZ Fudd, who both played at UConn, who both announced they were in a relationship earlier this year.
Well, maybe they not.
Let them live. And that's been the speculation, is maybe they are no longer in the relationship.
They should just say that then.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
It's going to lead to more questions. But.
Right. Tyvis, you've watched the WNBA for years. I've watched the WNBA for years. There are women in this league who like women, who are married or dating women, who have been on the same team with the person they're dating or married to. Yes. That's not the first time that's happened. Okay, so it's not out of the question to bring that up. Here's what I find striking about the situation. And I know most of you didn't tune in for WNBA talk, but I'm just breaking down this dynamic because it's not about let their personal relationship be whatever it is. That's fine. Be in whatever relationship you want to be. It's the fact the Wings general managers and the people who run that organization have apparently done this before. They went out last year in the offseason and they traded for Nalissa Smith. She joined the team, and their GM at the time, who I believe is Kurt Miller, he said this in an interview, quote, "We knew if we could get Nalissa in a trade that even more, we could get Dejanay Carrington through free agency as well." He said, we traded for her girlfriend, because Dejanay Carrington's a better player. We traded for her girlfriend, hoping that would lure her to then come to Dallas as well. So, they've actually employed this as a strategy. It's not off limits to talk about personal relationships.
Is she not still with the Wings? I thought she was with the Wings.
I think she is. So my point is, they've actually made this a strategy. That was from April of last year that interview happened. Now you're sitting there at a podium with two people who were in a relationship, maybe in a relationship.
To the sky.
Okay. But the point is, that was a strategy. He said, if we bring this player in, it might help us get another player who happens to be in a relationship, these two people. So, you drafted two people who were teammates at UConn and who happened to be in a relationship at some point in the recent past. It's not off base for someone who covers the team to say, hey, how does that dynamic work? How do you think that's going to go? And I think it's such short-sightedness by their PR staff to come out and try to swat this down. It doesn't make sense.
Well, it's really on the person that asked the question. He should have just said it the way you said it, and then it would have been.
Well,
it would have got answered.
Yeah, I said I would have, because they shot it down, and I would have said, cool. Well, how does it feel to be reunited with your former UConn teammate? I mean, and by the way, they played on the same team as each other prior to dating, so it's not like this would be unfamiliar territory for them. I don't know why there's so many people in PR, in sports in general, where they don't seem to understand how simple this game is. Just be upfront, honest, and tell as much as you can. You're going to help most of the media narrative go away if you just deal with people like they have a brain cell. But if you treat them like they're stupid and you think you can fool people, that's not going to work. It's very bad for them.
To be fair, when your guys' photo in Sedona came out, the local media respected your guys' privacy. So I think you're being a little hypocritical.
Did you guys see, by the way, I don't remember the reporter's name. There was a reporter, I want to say, who lost yesterday. Her contract didn't get renewed because when Diana Rossini resigned this week, that reporter then was like, yeah, she had it coming. She sucks.
Oh,
and now,
I was reading
she
that
might
this
have written,
morning.
I can't remember if she wrote for Yahoo or who it was, but whatever company it was like, yeah, you can take a hike too. And I'm like, damn, we're getting strays off of strays now. The working theory on the Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel thing, if you didn't see that, is that a PI had to be the one. Private investigator had to be the one.
Yeah, they said it
got those photos.
They said it was from her husband.
Well, that's a theory that's out there. We don't know if that's confirmed, but the theory is that her husband got suspicious and hired a private investigator. And that's true. Everything is falling down around her. That's not good.
Chrissy Freud.
Yeah, that's right.
That's who it is.
Yeah, Sigmund's daughter, Chrissy Freud. Sure, let her live. She's great. Would you like to hear from Andrew Barry talking about what they might do in the draft coming up next in about 6 days when they get that first overall pick? Or not first overall, 6th overall pick. And then what is it, the 24th pick they have as well?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to hear him talking about the possibility of trading down in the draft?
Yeah.
Something every Browns fan is just dying to hear them
he's
do.
going to say something. Hold on, before you play it, I haven't heard it. He's going to say something along the lines of, We're looking to explore all options. We want to keep everything on the table. If it's a good deal, we're going to make it. Blah 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 blah. Something let's hear it.
Let's hear what Andrew Berry said.
I love how everybody last year thought we weren't trading down, and everybody this year assumes we are. I'd say this: every year is unique because the players change, your pick location change, demand may change. So, general answer to your question is yes, the dynamics are different. But even if we were picking 2 again this year, I'd give you the same answer.
Here's a little more on his mindset with the 6th pick.
Our mindset, going into the draft, with our most valuable asset, isn't about, hey, just trade it away or trade it. It's maximizing the asset, and that can at different times take different forms. It can be selecting a player, it could be trading it for a veteran, it could be trading down, it could be trading up, and so we will continue to work through all those possibilities. Up until really we get on the clock on Thursday night.
Everything's on the table.
He does a great job of saying nothing. He says a lot to say nothing. You're not going to tell. It's not like you'll come out there and say, hey, we want Spencer Fano. Like, you're not going to say that. Like, why would you do that?
But I do understand, like, that's where I say, then why even have the damn press conference? Like, I know you have to, but, like, if all you're going to do is be like, we could trade down, we could trade up, we could trade sideways. We could actually not pick this year. We could actually leave the draft and never pick anyone. We'd trade all our picks away. Yes, I know you could do literally anything. What is this, a Mike Florio article? Tell me what's actually happening, not every possibility in the multiverse. I don't need that. Here's Andrew Berry talking. This is a longer answer. It's about a minute long. Him talking about drafting need versus best player.
Every team has needs. And, like last year at this point, I wouldn't have assumed that our first 2 picks would have been a 3 technique and an off-the-ball linebacker. And the good thing is, like, I say this every year, every draft class has good players. And the first order of business is to get players that you think have the potential to be a quality starter or a difference maker, particularly when you're picking high. And I'd say the other thing is, like, ultimately you want unique players, when you're picking this high, because they're
sorry.
difficult.
I just apologize. I forgot that in a minute of an Andrew Berry answer, it feels like an infinite time loop where he's just literally explaining to you, like, well, first of all, drafts, they have players that are good, and we want to get the good players. And it's like, thank you. So finally, someone said it. This is so good. I'm glad he's bringing up the fact that they are good players in the draft, and we want to get them.
That's pretty much why I don't really listen to his sound. I think he has something to say about, like, people don't believe me when I talk stuff, and it's just like, I'm more with you.
People don't believe you. They don't stay awake when you talk.
No. With him in particular, it's I got to see the action first.
Yeah, fine.
Like, but I don't like to hear stuff before the draft. I need because he's not going to tell you nothing. That's his job, not to tell you nothing.
But when
it's done, like, now you got to justify why you did with it. Maybe you'll get a little more out of that. But, like,
when he says things like, "Well, I didn't think last year we draft a 3 technique," it's like, okay, but you didn't. You're telling me you went into the draft going like, well, maybe we will just keep the pick. You didn't think for a second you may trade the pick back. Obviously, I know you're not going to go out there and say, we're definitely trading the pick and who we're trading it with. But, like, I don't understand why you can't give, if you're going to do a press conference, why don't you give the fans a little bit of insight of, like, we have heard you. We know what you want. You as Browns fans want to see me stand and deliver. You want to see me at the 6th pick take a guy that you love. You could throw a little fan service out there and be like, I'll tell you what, Ohio State's right down the road, and we like all those players. All those guys are guys we're interested in. Now, is that true? Is that accurate? Maybe, maybe not. But this is the misinformation season, if nothing else. Just lie to me, Andrew Berry. Make me feel good as a Buckeye fan that you're not going to ignore the stud players an hour and a half, 2 hours down the road that are sitting there, possibly at 6. If one of them is in a position of need, are you going to draft Sonny Styles if he's sitting there at 6?
I'm telling you right now, they're going to take a tackle at 6.
Are you going to take Caleb? If Caleb Downs shows up at 6, he's arguably the best safety to ever come through in the last 10 years.
Cardinal Tate going to be there. Caleb Downs going to be there. Sonny Styles going to be there, and they're going to take a tackle.
See, or trade the pick. Or trade the pick, and everyone will lose their minds.
I think they're going to take a tackle.
And then he'll come out afterwards and say,
my final analysis, they're going to take a tackle at 6.
Okay. You know what? Again, you need a tackle, so make sure you get just get the best one. That's all I would say. And I'm fine with that if that's what they end up doing, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, speaking of people who should just shut up, Morning Breath coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Friday to you. Right now, we are following up on two different crashes on your roads. The first one's going to be on the east side, just outside of Reynoldsburg. It's on 70 westbound, passing Bryce Road, and right before 270, that right lane is currently blocked. You're in the 17 mile per hour ranges when it comes to your speeds. We also have a new crash as you're heading towards Upper Arlington. It's on that ramp to 315 southbound to West Lane Avenue. In both directions, traffic is being impacted, so expect some lane closures this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Kroger makes it easy to save on fuel. Just redeem the points you've earned to save up to $1 a gallon at the pump. See store for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Bo Bishop here. Ready to hit the road and make some memories? Then get to RCD RV, Central Ohio's go-to destination for the best deals, unbeatable service, and adventure-ready RVs. Start your journey today at any of their 3 Central Ohio locations or visit online anytime at rcdrv.com.
I started my first business when I was 12, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and customers care that you show up and do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. When you care about the people you serve, you work harder, and it shows. Call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com.
When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
Columbus drivers, Ford is making it easy to drive home happy with special financing that works for all credit situations. At Capital Ford of Columbus, save up to $10,000 off MSRP on remaining 2025 Ford Escapes in stock. No matter your credit, Capital Ford of Columbus has programs to get you approved fast and into any new or used Ford in stock. Don't miss out. These incredible offers end April 30th. Head to Capital Ford of Columbus at 1090 South Hamilton Road today or get pre-approved at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven. I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Aetna was there for me as I was going through a rough medical patch this year. I had peace of mind, which helped with my healing.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when requested. We show up with the latest in online tools for easier access to healthcare. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Hey folks, it's game day and the betting's gonna be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right, you gotta pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Cheetah Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, former Buckeye John Cook joins us from the Senior PGA Championship at the Concession Club, plus Dave Shedlowski of Golf Digest.
Cheetah Green with Skip Mosick, Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We have a great looking Friday ahead of us. Lots of sunshine this morning, then some high thin clouds steadily working during the afternoon. It'll be warm with highs in the lower 80s, less windy though than what it has been. Clouds increase overnight, lower 60s. For Saturday, occasional showers and a few thunderstorms out there. It'll be wet from time to time, so be ready for that. Otherwise, cloudy skies and breezy once again with highs in the mid-70s. A couple of those storms tomorrow early afternoon could be strong. For The Fan, I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Justin Gertz.
If you've recently seen a photo of an older Baker Mayfield fresh off a bender, it's just Bo Bishop. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Sometimes it's better if people just shut up. Shut up! It's time for Morning Breath.
All right. We have a couple candidates today for Morning Breath. Would you like the sports candidate or the non-sports candidate, Tyvis? You pick.
Let's go with the non-sports candidate.
Oh, well, that one's a little interesting. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Recently was quoted in a book where the book is called RFK Jr. The Fall and Rise, published this week, and it reveals a diary entry for RFK Jr., who is now, I believe, the U.S. Health Secretary, if I'm not mistaken, but obviously son of Robert F. Kennedy Sr. and nephew of JFK, and obviously a member of the Kennedy family. This is a passage from the book that came out this week that says that RFK Jr., while on a New York highway on November 11th, 2001, he said the following, quote, "I was standing in front of my parked car on I-684 cutting the penis out of a roadkill raccoon."
What?
Thinking about how weird some of my family members have turned out to be, he added, "My kids were waiting patiently in the car."
What did you just say?
He said, again, from his journal entry, "I was standing in front of my parked car on I-684 cutting the penis out of a roadkill raccoon."
I'm speechless.
Same.
Who does that?
I don't know. Now,
this is as bad as the guy who was doing the deer.
Well, yeah, the guy who, there was a story we had about a guy who was found with roadkill. He was having an intimate time with the roadkill. Let's put it gently. Now, here's the thing.
This is my fault. I should have said the sports story.
You
first.
should have. That's on you, and I blame you 100%.
I didn't know.
I blame me. I shouldn't have given you the choice.
This is where it was going.
Well, I did give you the option. Now here's the thing. Apparently, RFK Jr. has had a fascination for animal bodies for some time. He also, apparently in this book, is noted as talking about how he was fascinated by dead seagull corpses while on Long Island. And he said, quote, "I'd like to pick up some of these dead seagulls for my skull collection." So that also having a skull collection. Weird.
What is he doing? Some type of rituals or something?
Well, he has apparently claimed that as like someone who's an amateur naturalist, he wants to study the anatomy of animals. So apparently he was taking the genitalia of the raccoon so he could take it home and study it more intently, which I don't know if this man's ever heard of books, but they make books where someone has already done this and you could just read about it. But he wanted to get in there himself. He wanted to do his own research.
My question
always works out
My
great.
question is why didn't just take the whole raccoon?
That's what a thinker you are, Tyvis. You can just take that home, and then at home you can dissect whatever you want off the thing in the privacy of your own home.
Raccoon kidnapping is lifeless. So,
did you know also about his the whale story that he has? Okay, so he found out on the way they were on a trip somewhere. He found out there was a whale that had been beached, up on a sandbar somewhere, at a beach. Right, the whale had unfortunately been washed ashore, couldn't get back in the water. It died. Okay. Well, he thought, what a great time for my skull collection to study a whale skull. So this man apparently took, according to the story, a chainsaw of some kind, went out there and chainsawed off this whale's skull and obviously everything else that was attached to it at the time because it had freshly died. strapped it to the top of their minivan, and then drove it home. And according to his kids, they've talked about this before. They said that every time they would stop, whale juice would squirt through the windows of the minivan, and it was the worst smelling thing they'd ever had in their lives. This is what it was like to grow up with RFK Jr. You got raccoon penises and whale heads and dead seagulls all over the estate. You know what? I'd rather grow up in squalor. I'd rather not live as a Kennedy. If that's what it's like, hey, you get to be a Kennedy, but your parent is RFK Jr., and he's going to be slicing up animals and keeping them on the car hood.
He different.
Good luck.
he different. Get to the sports.
I was going to say, Tyvis, would you like to hear about the sports?
Get to the sports.
This is someone else who needs to just shut up today. Adam Schefter yesterday, who appears regularly on this station, let him live, has a lot of good info. However, yesterday he had a bit of a moment. He was tweeting out about Penn State running back Nick Singleton, who, if you didn't know this, broke his fifth metatarsal in his right foot at the Senior Bowl and had been dealing with an injury through this whole draft process. Well, now he has been medically cleared and has resumed running, so that is good for whatever team's going to end up drafting him. He is projected to be a mid-round pick next week, according to Schefty. Here's the problem. He tried to include a picture of Nick Singleton with his post. And unfortunately, he did pick a Penn State running back, former Penn State running back. Nick Singleton, if you don't know, wears the number 10. This running back wore the number 32. This running back has shoulder pads that are the size of like a McDonald's tray if you went to get McDonald's in the restaurant. This running back was Kijana Carter, who played 30 years ago. And somehow, Schefty is like, I need a Penn State running back. Let me post a picture. Looks good enough to me. Not even the same number. Not even the same body type. The pads are different. He has a neck roll. Or not a neck roll. What's the thing where you have like the flat thing on the back, though? That neck roll. That's what he had.
The funniest thing is this tweet of the guy with the screenshot. Yeah. If you go look at the comments, they are having a ball.
Oh, they're having a blast with this. Because he clearly...
Johnson, USC's receiver, Mekhi Lemon. It's a picture of Keyshawn Johnson.
Yes. So it was so bad for Schefter yesterday. Penn State football tweeted out the following. Heard a scoop, Nick Singleton is back. One of our favorite runs. And then they posted a video of Kijana Carter running to the house. Like, it's bad when the official account of Penn State is like cooking you. That is. I
don't know how do you mess that up though?
I don't know. It almost seems like he was dared to do that. Or I don't. Maybe
somebody handle his account.
I was going to say maybe someone handles the account, and maybe that's how this occurred. I don't know, but that's bizarre to me. I don't. Obviously, I think Adam Schefter knows the difference because one, he's not covering Kijana Carter now.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't no way he did this and seen that and hit send. Bang.
Well, it got sent, and then Twitter now does the thing that says there's a newer version of this post, which is, if you have a verified account, you can like change the post if you mess up. But internet lives forever, man. They screenshotted that thing, got it out there. Yeah. It's too bad for him.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, he does got he got the right photo this time.
Yeah, now it's good. But like I said, look at his photo. Look at Kijana Carter's photo. It's very different.
You can't hide it, Adam. No matter how many edited posts.
You can't. That's okay. All right, so there you go. Morning breath today. So those are a couple people just.
We got roadkill and.
Well, not just roadkill. It's specific anatomy of the roadkill.
That's the best. That's the worst part.
Best/worst.
That's the worst part of this whole thing.
I want to know because I'm not.
Raccoon can't even rest in peace.
I'm mostly familiar with RFK Jr.'s work in podcasting because he just started a podcast recently, which is I've never wanted to hear anything more than that man do a podcast. But can I ask this question? Is he known? Like people who follow RFK Jr., is he known for doing anatomy related to animals? Like, does he have a book out where he said, My Time with the Skulls, and he has all these, photos and videos or whatever? Does he have some writing about it where he talks about it? Does he have a YouTube channel where he's doing anatomy? I'm not familiar with this.
I just feel like a lot of this stuff, you don't have to be like, so you may tell me a raccoon is dead.
Laid on the side of the road.
He pulled his car over in front of the world. So people that's on that same house, just and as you driving by, he's over there just hacking this raccoon's thing off.
And some guy probably drove by and was like, "Are you going to take that raccoon home?" He's like, No, just the penis. Sorry, I'm not greedy. I don't need the whole thing. I'm just going to grab the penis and bring it home with me. He also, did you know about the time?
There's some interesting people in this world.
He found a bear cub on the side of the road, also roadkill. Are we for sure that he's not the one hitting these animals? I don't know. Maybe he killed that whale too. But anyway, he found a dead bear cub on the side of the road. He put it in his trunk because he thought, I'm going to take this home and skin it. And then he realized, oh wait, dummy, I'm driving to New York for a dinner tonight, and then after the dinner I got to fly out. So I'm going to leave my car at the airport with a dead bear in it? No. So he did what any sensible person would do. He pulled over by Central Park and dumped it in the weeds. Dumped a bear cub in the weeds.
He's interesting. He needs to be studied.
You're not kidding about
he
that.
Needs to be studied.
2 minutes away. Super Bowl champion will be in the house Saturday for the OSU spring game. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, drive times over on the west side looking pretty fantastic on this Friday. Over towards Dublin and Hilliard, that 270 commute both northbound and southbound will give you no issues out there. And if you're heading southbound, taking maybe 71 south from Frank Road to 270, that's a 2-minute commute only. It will also take you 1 minute on 270 south between East Broad Street to 70. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Sun, splashes, and nonstop fun await at Zoombezi Bay.
Get your season pass for unlimited thrills,
including our all-new conservation tower. Buy now at ZoombeziBay.com.
With all that can go wrong at your home, it's enough to make you want to say, oh, brother. With Brothers Roofing and Construction, one call covers it all. Roofing, siding, rotting decks, we cover it all. So visit us online at brothersroofingconstruction.com.
As the seasons change, it's time to prep your HVAC system with a $49 seasonal tune-up from Columbus Worthington Air. A seasonal tune-up can help save money on your energy bill and help prevent expensive breakdowns. As your local home service experts, everything we do is backed by our exceptional service guarantee. It all adds up to dependable service from neighbors you trust. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit cwaohio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
I'm Tracy Townsend, anchor at 10 TV News This Morning. This community is my home, and it means everything to me. I care deeply about the stories we bring you each day, especially the ones that truly impact your life, from women's health and advocacy to the decisions happening at the State House. My goal is simple: help you feel informed and connected, because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to 10 TV News This Morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
The radio couldn't contain us, so we've taken over YouTube. Catch Morning Juice weekday mornings at 6 by searching 971 The Fan. Do it. Tyvis will put anything in his mouth on a dare. All right, almost anything. No, I stand by my previous statement. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
It is going to be one of those days where you may be tempted to open up your windows because it's so nice out. And in fact, you may already know where I'm going with this, where you go, yeah, I want to open the windows. However, that one over by the kitchen, it sticks. And the one in the kid's bedroom, that one's also, you can't even open it. And then the other one, well, it does open, but it doesn't stay open because it's worn out. Some of that stuff messed up. You know, you need to replace those windows. You don't like the cost. Good news is Window Nation's the more you buy, the more you save sale. You can get your whole home replacement windows done with a great deal. 50% off all the windows for your house. Plus, you could get them with 0% interest financing for 5 whole years. Replace your old or builder-grade windows now with the quality windows from Window Nation. They will help. They're more energy efficient. They will help save you money on your energy bills. Even if I can't talk, they will save you money on your energy bills right now when you check them out at windownation.com. That's how you get the deal. Schedule your fast free estimate. And again, you can get up to 50% off plus 0% interest financing for 5 years, all from Window Nation when you go to windownation.com. So do it today. Do it with your windows open, even if they will open. Maybe you live in a house with no windows, Tyvis. You ever been there?
Lived in a house with no windows? No.
I mean, I haven't, but
that's a lie.
We live in a studio with no windows. We're in here all the time.
There's a window right there. I see Dylan.
No, but that's a window to misery. It's not a window to the outside where there's sun and hope. This is just you want to look at another radio loser like us.
You wish you could look outside?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's today. Have you looked outside?
I have.
It's beautiful. It's sunny.
But it's dark when we get here. So
then the sun comes out.
If you never leave this studio until the show's over, you go from darkness to the sun.
Wow. Thank God you said it. It's about time someone said it. That's a hot take, Tyvis. Hot take Tuesday. You're really saving that for Friday?
T-Bone wants an east-facing studio. Put in your next contract.
No, I actually like how we're facing kind of I think if we had a window here, we'd be facing the southwest, which for us would be perfect because I'd see the sun hitting things, but it wouldn't be in my face. I don't want to stare directly into the sun. That's not good. I saw that Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to be the celebrity bell ringer tomorrow out at the Shoe for the spring game. Also, after that, he's going to go over to the Ohio Stadium CD player and hit that camp song right at the opportune time to make sure he gets the crowd all hyped up.
I wonder if they're going to play that tomorrow.
Well, this is one of those traditions, the victory bell ringing, right? That is the thing they started last year to try to, build the atmosphere at Ohio Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And love it or lump it, it looks like it's here to stay. I wonder if the camp song tradition will also be here to stay. Or maybe they'll have the good sense to realize nobody knows that song and nobody likes it. So stop playing.
They don't know it yet. But when they do know it, it's going to be catchy.
Good.
They're all going to be hugging.
How's it go again?
Swaying. Give me Ohio. Treats me way.
I love it when you sing it, Tyvis.
Listen, you know how they do Carve in Ohio where you lock carbs and all of that? Sway. Just think if they did that in unison, all the stadium is together.
The whole stadium.
Ohio.
Yeah. But do you have to sing it like the guy does where he's like, "Burn as a red on a honeymoon"? You have to sound like you're almost out of breath and asthmatic when you sing it?
He definitely sounds like he has some cigs.
I think he does. That's right. So tomorrow, Tyvis Powell, you're sitting there. You're going to call the game for Big Ten Network. You sit down, and you're thinking about all the storylines.
I actually hope they don't play that song because I might laugh. I'm not going to lie to you. It might mess me up.
You won't keep it together. You actually hang on a second. I got to hear the crowd reaction. I want to hear people take this on. All right. So what is the number one thing? Let's give you a target viewer. Someone is flipping across. They're a college football fan. They know very little about the Buckeyes, but they're interested in watching some Ohio State football.
Yeah.
They hear your voice and go, that is former Dallas Cowboy Tyvis Powell. I know the voice anywhere. How? It's former Cleveland Brown Tyvis Powell. That's what they would say. Then what would be the number one thing you would tell that casual viewer who knows little to nothing about the Buckeyes? Number one storyline tomorrow. Go.
How did they replace the defense? They're going to lose 4 guys potentially. No, they're going to lose 4 guys on defense in the first round, potentially if Caden McDonald goes. So you got K-Mac, Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese, and Caleb Downs. Those are 4 key positions. How are you going to replace that? Did they do enough in the transfer portal to replace those guys? That's the big storyline.
What? Okay. So now let's pretend they're not also a former defensive player like yourself. What's the next biggest storyline? Because I know you love to focus on the defense. But I'm with you actually on that one. That's one that I would worry about too.
The next storyline, you go one or two ways. It's Julian saying, what does he look like in year 2 as the starting quarterback? And then the other one is, who is the opposite of Jeremiah Smith? Who's going to be that guy?
Okay. How much do you think we'll see of the
Julian saying?
I was going to say the starting offense.
They probably give him 2 series. They usually give him 15, 20 plays, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that would, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it's 15 plays or something like that.
All right. So you think that's where we're going to be with that?
Probably. Okay. Because they are the thud. And then after that, it's go out there and tackle and try to kill each other.
The thud meaning that
starters is getting thud.
You run into each other, but there's no tackling to the ground.
Correct.
There's no
keep them up.
Right.
Once some starters go out, It's football. It's out there.
Can you tell?
You out there trying to take you to the ground?
Yeah, because you're trying to show that this is your time. You got to make a play. You want to get a chance to maybe start.
I'm actually interested to see how many times they actually go to the ground, because even when they say it's like live tackling, like people still don't want to take, because you're so used to not going to the ground. Like, are they really going to take each other down to the ground? Like, that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Can you tell the 12 is live story?
Oh, man. So Cardale, poor 12. So every quarterback would come out, and, at Ohio State, we wear red jerseys, so every quarterback wears black.
Okay, so that means
black means don't hit him.
You
can't hit the quarterback.
You can run up to him, but don't even breathe on him, basically. Yeah. Leave him alone. Don't want to get hurt.
Well, okay. Cardale would be the only one. And so it'd be like 3 or 4 quarterbacks. Cardale's the only one that's got a red jersey.
Oh, really? Was this when he was like a freshman, or was this when he?
This is when he was a freshman and a sophomore.
Okay.
So all the quarterbacks he would have black, he would wear red. So when we get to third string or fourth string or whatever the heck he was, when they got in, he would go. Urban would yell, "Cardale's live!" So,
just like in case you were wondering.
In case you didn't know, Cardale is live. Take him to the ground.
Just like hit him as hard as possible is what he was saying.
And I felt so bad for him because...
You did?
I did. I kind of did.
I'm surprised because I would think, given your relationship, how much crap you talk about him.
I'm going to tell you why I felt bad for him.
Because you're a defensive player. You can go tee off on him.
I felt bad for him because in certain situations, it'd be like 2s versus 3s.
Oh,
so like he got the third offensive line, which is like freshmen and walk-ons,
guys who don't know how to play,
and they're going up against the second team defense. So he's going to die. He's going to die.
Yeah, that's not an assignment I think anybody wants. That sounds painful. Yeah, I don't blame you for having a little sympathy on him. That's fair.
On his own, though. Cardale got smacked one time by Steve Miller. Steve Miller was a
shout out to him.
The one that got the pick 6 in the Alabama game.
Take the money and run. Steve Miller band, my guy.
Steve smacked him one time, but Cardale also had like a mean stiff arm. Like when he take off running, his stiff arm he'd get you.
I mean, we saw it when he actually started. When he got into actually playing and little run. You might be familiar with Tyvis when the Buckeyes won the national championship.
Oh my
Did you have anything to do with that?
No,
I can't remember if you
I
were
was the water boy. Cardale actually
Buck with his pants down. No.
I don't remember that at all.
My last spring game, I actually picked Cardale off.
You did?
Yeah, he tried me.
Oh.
He tried. I couldn't believe it. I felt disrespected when he did it. Like because he looked me in my eye and threw the ball like I wasn't gonna make the play.
He saw you looking.
He seen that I seen what was about to happen, and he threw it anyways. So I picked him off.
What? Okay.
And then I was going up the sideline, and I was about to run out of bounds. But his angle is really good. I need to take a class from him on angles. Because,
angle. I thought you said ankle. So his tackling angle.
He smacked me on the sideline. We went flying about 5 yards out of bounds. I was like, I can't believe you gonna try to do me like that.
What was the ride home like after that? When you guys go back to your shared apartment?
This is back where, we were both doing well, so I had my own vehicle. He had his own vehicle.
I see.
It's not. I wasn't sharing cars.
Like
with
now
him.
you do, where you borrow his car all the time.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah.
So are you saying you got paid more in college than you do now?
No, I did not get paid. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, those salad days back then.
My grandfather bought my car for me, so my car was
Okay, there you go. That's fine. I'm just noticing things. We're hearing things.
Y'all need to cut that out. Y'all need to cut that out.
All right, we'll hit the buzzer next with walking NCAA violation, Tyvis Powell. That'll be next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Friday morning to you. Still seeing some major slowdowns over on the east side by Reynoldsburg after a crash on 70 westbound, passing Bryce Road and right before 270. That right lane is still blocked. So looking at 18 miles per hour for your speeds. Lots of backups all the way towards Etna this morning. So want to make sure you can work around this. And you can. 70 westbound getting off towards State Route 310 over by Etna. Take that northbound and then just take East Main Street Street all the way westbound at 270, heading through Reynoldsburg. Once you head towards 270, you'll head southbound that direction, eventually westbound on 70. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications that top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Grilling season starts now at Billiards Plus. Shop top-of-the-line grills and turn every cookout into a win. Then bring the fun inside with pool tables, shuffleboard, and more. Everything for the ultimate game room. Billiards Plus. Grills, games, and good times. Online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Welcome back to the Financial Playbook. I'm Laura DeLeon, KeyBank Market President, and I'm with wide receiver Jeremiah Smith.
Laura, my favorite play has to be the pass it on play. It's a fundamental way to support your community.
The quarterback pitches to Jeremiah, who budgets for a pass to causes he cares about, into the end zone, scoring a donation for his community. So generous.
It's a play to make it if you love giving back, Laura.
You heard it here, folks. Until next time, KeyBank opens doors.
KeyBank, member FDIC.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
This spring, take a break from interest with 0% financing for up to 60 months on new 2026 Tucsons. 0%. Go now, Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit ends 4/30.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Pelotonia has proven there are no limits to community impact. We've raised more than $339 million for innovative cancer research at the James at Ohio State. Now, new routes let anyone be part of Ride Weekend. Mountain biking, trail running, and hiking join Gravel Day. And Pelotonia Kids welcomes our youngest riders because there's only one finish line that matters: ending cancer. Register today.
Get Eco.
Hey, Jerry. Remember when we launched our $93 drain clearing offer and you invented the phrase 93 or free?
You know, I've actually written quite a few catchphrases in my career.
Oh, yeah. Aren't you the guy who wrote Bob's Your Uncle?
Yep, for my friend Steve, who has an Uncle Bob. I was as surprised as anyone when it caught on with the general public.
Get Eco.
Well, we need 93 or free to catch on. Our experts will clear your clogged household drain for just $93. If we can't, it's free. And we guarantee it'll stay clear for at least a year, or we'll clear it again for free.
Get Eco, and Bob's your uncle, your drains are clear.
Get Eco.
But Jerry, my uncle's name is Michael.
Get Eco, and Michael's your uncle, your drains are clear.
Let's stick with 93 or free.
Yeah, good call.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
The Reds are on the Fan's family of stations all season long. If you don't listen, Terry Francona will ride his scooter to your house and yell at you. Your home of the Reds. The Fan, the Fan 2, and the Fan 3.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's T-Bone. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
By the way, tomorrow is the spring game. The Fan has you covered. You can join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for the Pelotonia Fan Tailgate Show live from FanFest. Anthony Rothman, Tim May, and Dave Biddle get you ready for kickoff. It's the Pelotonia Spring Game Fan Tailgate Show. Join the community passionate about ending cancer at pelotonia.org. And presented by KeyBank. For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors.
Joining the program, a guy that's a very sensible guy. So when I ask him this question, he's going to tell it to me straight. Bo Bishop, listen.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, I was watching the Guardians, and I'm sure you were too, because you're just a big baseball guy.
Loves baseball.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
What's a Guardian?
Huge baseball guy.
Is that a Disney?
You're a big baseball guy. So
there's a galaxy full of them in the Marvel universe. You should look them up. Yeah.
That means that Parker Messick was throwing a no-hitter through 8 innings. We, as a group, as a show, received a text that something interesting is happening with the Guardians.
Okay.
I respond, 3 more outs. Parker is the GOAT.
Yeah, Parker is the GOAT was a bit strong, I feel like.
Will you be quiet?
Okay,
I'm setting the scene.
Setting the scene. My bad.
Anyways, Parker goes on to give up a gap hit.
Yeah.
No hitters out.
Yep.
Whose fault is it?
It feels like it's Parker Messing's. What's his name?
It's Parker Messing.
Yeah, it's Deborah's husband, Parker Messing. Yeah,
who's Parker Messing? I feel like that's a player of some
Parker
Deborah Messing's husband.
Who is this guy?
Yeah,
who's this guy? He plays baseball?
Guardians. Yeah.
Is it my
Through 8.
fault or is it Fish's fault?
Fish's fault? It's not Fish's fault. Why would it be Fish's fault? Why are we bringing him into it?
He brought attention to it.
Wait a second. Fish is now texting you to pay attention to baseball? Am I missing something in the show meeting?
Exactly right.
That's right.
Your guys' show meeting is very different than mine.
He's like,
mine we don't ever talk about we need more baseball.
Lead with baseball is what Fish says, and he says if you could get into war, what is it good for? Absolute ratings.
Absolutely.
That's what he says. Yes, get into war as much as possible. We want that.
Jinxing a no-hitter isn't even the worst thing that Tyvis did yesterday, Uncle Bo.
Me?
Yes.
What is going on? Is this the trial of Tyvis?
I told you I was telling, and I'm telling.
Damn.
We did the list of most overrated movies, and Tyvis's number 1 was
Rudy.
Pulp Fiction. Get him, Uncle Bo.
What? Okay. First off,
he mad because Timmy and Common Man slaughtered him.
Dylan got slaughtered yesterday by Common Man and Timmy because he said Raiders of the Lost Ark is his most overrated. Yeah. So there's that.
Okay, that's really hard. I don't even know where to begin here. That's a lot. I mean, those are both like all-time iconic.
I didn't
the
say
only thing
I
I
didn't
could say
say
about
it wasn't good.
Well, then how could it? What do you mean it's overrated?
I feel like it's overhyped. Like people talk about, oh, you have to see this movie.
I would just tell you,
that's
I
not
saw
the case.
I saw it in the theater the first week it was out, and yes, I am that old. And it was the most stupefying theatric experience of my life. You had never seen anything like it before. A bunch have tried to do something similar to it since. There was a whole genre in the 90s of like gun comedy that followed. But it was groundbreaking in ways that you can't even wrap your head around now.
Maybe
from your perspective, like you'd heard all of that forever. I still don't. I mean, my hunch is you just don't have a very developed palate when it comes to these type of things. But
that's a good hunch, by the way.
That's my hunch, but my guess on that. But no, that was when you watch. If you didn't hear anything about it, and like you didn't see GIFs, you didn't see anything, there was no way of knowing. I think it was the most stunning thing you could ever see at the time when it dropped in the theater.
Well, it's not only that; it's also got all the quotable moments. It's got the like you could just watch a scene from that movie and be like, I got enough for the week as far as like cinematic brilliance.
And think of the cast. The cast alone.
The cast is crazy. The boys are putting like the tape on their helmets for lacrosse, and they put like Bible verses. I told NBC, I'm like, dude, Ezekiel 25:7. Roll with that.
Oh yeah. Do they speak English in what? Like that's just a phrase. It's a legendary phrase. Yeah.
Say what again?
See, you love it. What are you talking about?
Yes, it's not overrated.
Right, here's 2 questions I want you guys to ponder about the film.
Okay.
Number 1, why is Mr. Wolf in a tux at 8:00 in the morning? Okay?
Well,
that's number one.
Okay.
So where would you ever find yourself in a tuxedo at 8 o'clock in the morning? Number one. Number two, are the guys who have the Big Kahuna Burger, Brett and the boys, are we to believe that the Big Kahuna Burger is a 24/7? Is that breakfast or is that a long night? I mean, it's 8 in the morning. So like, why would that not be at like 3:30 in the morning? If you're going to have burgers, it would probably be then if you're finishing up the night. But if you've woken up, then the first thing you think is, okay, let's go get a burger at 7:30 in the morning.
Well,
so that one I don't understand.
T-Bone is all for that.
I'm all for it. Yeah,
well, you guys are doing morning shows, so that's a little different.
I think
it's kind of your afternoon. I got one more.
I think food should
What
not
is
be
in the
related to
suitcase?
time, but okay.
What's in the suitcase?
Yeah, that's the brilliance of the movie.
They never.
That's the brilliance of the movie.
What's in the secret? What would make Vincent Vega go, "Oh, we happy"?
We get. Yeah. Are we happy?
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've been a simple man who thinks it's gold bars, but that's
what I think.
But then it would be too heavy to wield around as they are, right?
Right. And would that be something that would elicit that type of violence? Maybe.
Solid, yeah.
I mean, solid gold probably would. The wolf with the tuxedo. I've thought about this for 25 years. The only thing I can think of it was like some sort of like 24-hour. You remember like early Sopranos where Tony Soprano had like the poker game with Frank Sinatra Jr. and all that stuff?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could think about if it was like some poker game that was being run like 24 hours
I tend to think that guy is someone who's sleeping at 11 a.m. until about 7 p.m. and then his like day-to-day life evolves basically from, evening to morning. Like, and then he gets a call early in the morning is like, well, I was already dressed for work, so I guess I'll swing over here and help these idiots out. That's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know. It's something I've thought about for 30 years.
All right,
Sure.
well, we will continue to ponder it. Good thought for the weekend. Obviously, big Friday show. Lots of spring game conversation, I'm guessing. Anything else we should know before we let you go?
Yeah, going to be fun. I mean, I love it. I love the unofficial start of spring in Central Ohio. So we'll have some fun with that. And by the way, did you guys see I was right about all of it? We're going to 5-year limits. We're going to week 0's week 1. I mean, come on.
There you go.
I'm the commissioner of college football at this point. People are listening.
Yeah, I think they are. Josh
saying it for 10
may
years.
jump in there and argue with you, but yeah,
I don't even know what that guy's doing.
I don't know
He's
what he's
throwing
doing.
nonsense
I don't
at
know
the
what he's-
wall.
I
I've been
don't know
doing this for a decade. He's new in these streets.
That's exactly
Brother Bone.
right.
Come on.
Yeah, that's right. And I never trust a bald guy. That's what I say. Right, Tyvis? Never trust a bald guy.
I agree.
Bishop and Friends coming up next, 9 to noon, right here on The Fan. Thank you, Bo.
All right, boys. Take care.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, Taco Bell does chicken nuggets for some reason now. They're not bad. I've had them. They're good. But now they're adding a new layer to it. The Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. They say it's a fiery remix powered by their cult favorite Diablo sauce. Now, the flavoring from that will be on the nuggets.
You like that?
You could also get the Diablo sauce and just put that on the nuggets, but they have dusted them with a extra layer of flavor.
Would you rather this or the triple double?
Oh, the triple double crunch wrap, no doubt. I hadn't have one yet, but I'm going to go get one actually right after the show.
That's a shame.
I'm going to go get one right after the show. Taco Bell, anytime they're open, they'll make their menu for you. I love it. That's it for us. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the spring game. Enjoy your rest of your Friday as well. Beautiful day out there in Columbus. Bishop and Friends is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Just west of OSU's campus, we are seeing a crash on State Route 315, that southbound ramp to West Lane Avenue. So expect some lane closures if you're heading towards this area. Right now, I'm not really seeing any traffic developing because of it. Some good news, but do know that both directions are impacted. Lastly, for our friends in Marysville, just a heads up, we are seeing some delays on 33 and more of that westbound direction towards the downtown scene. I believe it's construction happening by that 36 area, so give yourself enough time, and of course, be patient and be safe. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.